We are between periods of our Let's Play Hockey.com high school hockey game of the week, and we are honored to be joined by Des Christopher from the Goalie Club, and he is also the goalie coach at Shattuck St. Mary's. He has a long career playing the game professionally in Europe. He also was a member of the Minnesota State Mankato Mavericks. I better get that right, Des. And you've taken all of those experiences from your hometown of Calgary, Alberta, to Minnesota, and have been making a difference in goaltenders. So I want to welcome you aboard to our coverage. And can you tell us about the Goalie Club and what you get done with your organization?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Goalie Club, we started in 2002, primarily in Minnesota, where I'm based, and my partner was out of Michigan. We've since I've taken over the whole thing, and we train goalies all year long. The bulk of our work is done in the summertime with our boarding schools and our day camps, and we do private lessons and skill training in our holiday camp down here at Shattuck St. Mary's.
Now, you were mentioning to me earlier in the day that you really work on player-to-coach ratios and keeping them where kids are getting a lot of attention. Can you talk on that too?
Yeah, we found, when you work with a goalie or like in a team setting, it's generally one coach and one or two goalies. So we've delivered that into our camp setting, and it's worked real well, where you can get to know the kid and they get your trust, and we get to find out and fine-tune their game on more of a personal level.
Des has been at Shattuck St. Mary's since 2005, has seen goaltenders from around North America and the world for that matter, and I'm just curious to know if you've got different types of goalies, whether they're the Finns or the Swedes, the Canadians, the Americans. Have you been able to hone in on certain styles that you're seeing from around the globe?
Well, I think any real good coach takes a mixture of what they see from different styles and different nationalities and try and blend it in together. And I'm no different. I like what I see from the Finnish goalies, the Swedes, what the U.S. guys have done, and obviously with Carey Price taking over in his positional play, the Canadian goalies. So it's a mixed bag of things that we try and teach the kids and put it into their kind of game and their athleticism, and hone in on their positioning and their skill set, and that's what we tend to do.
If I'm a goaltender and a goaltender family, what can they expect? I mean, so when they come into one of your camps with the Goalie Club, which you can get at thegoalieclub.com, what do you want them to take away?
Well, they're going to get a vast amount of knowledge. My staff has been trained under me. We're one of the only programs where almost every coach that I have has trained through the Goalie Club, so they know my expectations, and we work together as a team, as a staff. We talk about the kids every day. We try and focus on what their needs are and what they're really good at, so we build their confidence that way. So the kids will come in, they'll have to work hard because we do a lot of second save opportunities, so they'll have to be able to work on puck placement and positioning and depth and angle, you name it, we're going over it. And it's in a way where we talk to the kids in a professional manner. We gain their respect and they gain ours. It's phenomenal.
I have spoken for a while here, and to any of our listeners with Des, he knows his position, he knows the game, he knows how to coach. I would recommend you check out everything at thegoalieclub.com. Can you also provide your number that people could call you at if they have further questions to attend your camps?
Yeah, I'm available most anytime if I'm not on the ice, and that's at 612-210-5944.
Des, thank you very much. We're going to continue with more high school hockey action on Let'sPlayHockey.com.
Inside us all beats the heart of an athlete, determined to succeed. We push, we fight, we sacrifice. Sometimes we fall short, sometimes we just fall. But we get back up, stronger than before. This is more than a game. This is our goal.
We are between periods of the Let's Play Hockey.com Game of the Week, and we are pleased to be joined by Kelly Meza, the owner of Goodwood Hockey, and she has a great product. Kelly, thanks for joining us between periods here today. And can you tell us a little bit about your company? I know it's an apparel company, but how did it all get started?
Sure. Thanks for having me. Actually, we just started, and it was a quick start. Last year at about this time, I was just having a really difficult time finding hockey-related apparel for my kids for Christmas. And in passing, my husband kind of offered up the suggestion that I should start my own company. And at the time, I was a medical consultant for a pharmaceutical company, thought it might be a good side business. And the stars kind of aligned. I left the company that I'd worked for many years and started this full-time just the summer of 2016. So we're just a few months old.
And how's it been going for you? You've got a really unique product line, which I like, is different from anything else I've seen.
So thanks so much for that. And it's going really well. And I think that where we're different, there's a lot of great Minnesota-based hockey apparel companies out there, but I think the direction and the focus that I'd like to head is for the whole family and for the whole country, and actually even expanding maybe into Canada or Europe in the future. But instead of just focusing on adult wear or men's wear, we have a line just for girls that are similar designs to any kind of gender neutral design, but with a more feminine cut garment. We focused on trying to source all of our garments from U.S. manufacturers whenever possible. And so we have something for everybody, whether you are a hockey player or a hockey fan. We have items, clothing, and accessories for just about anybody who loves hockey.
And we're talking at the individual and team level too, correct?
So right now we do individual levels, although we have provided the same shirt for all the team members on certain teams if they request that. We don't do team-specific wear at this time, but that doesn't mean we're not open to that in the future.
Your website is goodwoodhockey.com. I'm looking at it right now in your Holiday Shop 2016. You've got everything from tees to long-sleeve tees to great baseball hats to winter caps to everything. So do you have particular large sellers? You also have baby apparel, too, which you don't see much of.
We do. We just started with our baby apparel. We have several styles that are start at a 2T, and that includes a Zamboni or an ice cleaner design that's actually hand sketched by a Florida-based artist.
It's
and then
really
we
impressive.
transferred it
It's
to
cool.
a garment. Thank you. She actually drew that with a pencil. And then for the holiday shirt, we branched into infant sizes, starting as little as 3 to 6 months. It's had a great response, and we look forward to providing more options as we move along here.
No, seriously, on that Zamboni shirt, and this is part of what's unique about what you do. Little kids love the Zamboni. I was one of them. If I were a little guy and was or a girl and able to get that shirt, I would wear it religiously. You got to check it out on goodwoodhockey.com. Click shop, and I think that's just an automatic, natural gift. You've got a lot of really good-looking stuff on here. So
thanks so much.
You
a lot
bet.
of those styles have matching big people versions as well. So there's a big version of the ice cleaner for dads or moms or big brothers or sisters as well.
Well, it's a fascinating piece for sure. So is there any other way to get a hold of you from a shopping perspective, or is the best way to go on goodwoodhockey.com?
The best way to go is goodwoodhockey.com. We were fortunate to be a part of the holiday boutique at U.S. Bank Stadium a few weeks ago, and we will happily be a vendor at the Let's Play Hockey Expo this spring. And online is the best way to get me, and I am a direct line by email at service@goodwoodhockey.com. You get me personally at that email. That's service@goodwoodhockey.com. And we're also available on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Goodwood Hockey.
Kelly, thank you very much. That's goodwoodhockey.com. We'll return to the rink with more action of the Let's Play Hockey Game of the Week.
AAA hockey players, the Northland Hockey Group has northern Minnesota covered. With 4 teams in the northern part of the state, including the Red River Pike in the northwest, the Bemidji Loons in the north, the Iron Range Blast on the range, and the Great Lake Skulls in the northeast. The Northland Hockey Group will put your child in the hottest sublimated jersey in the AAA field. With 4 tournaments and an all-star game, the Northland Hockey Group will be the highlight of your child's summer. Check out all team locations and tryout times at northlandhockeygroup.com.
We are between periods of the Let's Play Hockey Game of the Week, and we're joined by True Hockey's Jason Kasuris. You are a part of a company that is a growing hockey equipment manufacturer, and you have some great stuff. Jason, can you tell us a little bit about your company and how it's growing?
Well, essentially, we've been in the hockey market for a very long time, actually, close to 16 years, but we haven't been branded as True. We've been building hockey sticks for multiple other manufacturers, pretty much any of the manufacturers that are out today, and have actually come and gone. But we've been building their sticks, just labeling them with their logos and everything like that. But about 3 years ago, we decided, hey, let's build our own brand. Let's stop making for others and really be innovative. We want to bring products to the market that still stay traditional to the hockey consumer, but with added perks, with added technology that's going to improve the product, improve the player. So with that, we've kept in the sticks. We've now introduced a glove line in our Z Palm offerings that you can change out the palms to increase performance, but also change the durability aspects. There's multiple different things that you can look at with our gloves. We will be introducing pants in 2017. Also, just as a growth aspect, we just recently last week announced the purchase of VH footwear. So we are getting into skates. We're growing the brand as much as we possibly can, but we're doing it strategically. It's not where we're just bringing everything all at once and trying to flood the market with all of our equipment. We want to be innovative. That's our biggest thing. We want to be a high-end company that looks at ways to make a player better, make our products better, not just be a Me Too company.
Well, and I think the important component is that you were the technology behind a lot of the, quote, brand name sticks, but now you are the brand and the technology, and I think that's important for the consumer to know. And then the second aspect is the innovation of your products from the palms. I mean, I know as a hockey parent, one of the most frustrating things is you buy a kid a pair of gloves, and within a year they're worn out because the knob is just taken out one of the hands, and you got to start over again. But you have a solution to that, which can allow you to keep those gloves, and you just replace the palms, correct?
Correct. And like I said, it can be treated. I look at it as three different ways. So with that palm completely zipping out, you can look at it as a durability aspect. So a year down the road, the top hand blows out or anything like that. You can just go in. You don't have to buy a new pair of gloves. You don't have to take it into a repair shop and get a completely different feel to the glove or anything like that. It's just a matter of going into your local dealer that has the palm offerings and change it out, and you have the exact same feeling glove and just go from there. The other aspect is we have 5 different options in palms. So we have all different performance aspects. We have a durable palm in our Z Power. We have our standard is a great palm as well. We have our Z Fit that is a very, very soft feeling, very thin feeling. We have a Z Pro that a lot of the NHL players, it's a very thin, ultra feel palm. And then we have our Z Grip, which is a tackified grip that really helps with the grip of the stick. So that's another attribute. The third attribute is the dryability of the gloves. A lot of the issues with gloves is they stink, quite honestly. Mm-hmm. And to get any sprays into a glove or anything like that, you can't really get into the fingertips of a glove to kill any of that bacteria. So now what you can actually do is you can unzip that palm and take it off, spray the whole glove down, and then dry it out. And it works unbelievably great.
That's amazing stuff. It is.
I mean, it is. And the other nice thing too is, I use the example as I played in a pond hockey tournament last winter. I used these gloves. It was 45 degrees out, so it was extremely warm. We were essentially skating in puddles,
swimming, yeah.
And the gloves got extremely wet in the one game, and I had another game that I had to go to in 15 minutes. So I just zipped out the palm, put a new palm in, dry gloves, ready to go. So, I mean, it definitely works for, you know, what it's intended to, and it improves the playability of the gloves. It also improves the overall performance of the gloves for the players.
You can find their information at true-hockey.com, and you can also get it in local stores. Jason, if you wouldn't mind, outline to us where we can find your product in stores in the Twin Cities area.
Twin Cities area, Hockey Central and Blaine, Dave's Sports Shops, Strauss, General Sports, just to name a few, Total Hockey's as well. We're definitely growing brand, and we're building that dealer base as much as possible. Even if you can't find it at any of the dealers, more than likely we've had contact with them, and they should be able to order something from us. So.
And it won't hurt to ask for True Hockey brands, too, at your local dealer if they're not there. You can also purchase your product online, too. Is that correct, at various online sporting good hockey stores as well? Correct.
We're in all the major online dealers as well.
Perfect. Jason, thank you so much. And once again, that is true-hockey.com. We're going to take a quick time out. We're going to return back to high school hockey action, the Let's Play Hockey Game of the Week.
Hockey is huge in Minnesota. We live and breathe it year-round. We grew up learning how to skate, and our best memories were made playing outside in the open air. And to share that with your friends who love the game as much as you do is pretty special.
The camaraderie of a hockey team is unlike any other sport. It really doesn't get any better than rallying some buddies together, heading down to the local rink, and skating for hours. So you create a special bond with your teammates. You all hang out together, you see them every day, and in the end, you know every guy in that locker room is going to be there for you when you need it.
Oh, here we go. Oh, what a beauty.
Beauty is a loyal and respected teammate. Someone that's going to have your back on and off the ice. They work hard and know how to have a good time. Through our bold and timeless products inspired by our past, we strive to celebrate hockey and the lifestyle that comes with it.
We want to unite hockey players, from vets to rookies and from old to young, around the game that we love.
Hockey is more than just a sport for us. It's a lifestyle.
We are between periods of the Edina Holiday Classic. Some great hockey going on at Braemar Arena, and we are honored to bring in our next partner from Room Roster, the Senior Sales Manager, Matt Trenier, and he has a product many of you in the state of Minnesota may be familiar with, Room Roster Play, Stay, Connect. You can find them at roomroster.com, and what they offer are hotel solutions for tournament organizers and attendees. So, Matt, thanks for joining us here this evening, and looking forward to talking to you a little bit more about your product. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm well. Thanks for having me, Pete.
You bet, Matt. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Room Roster? What is it? How does it work? And if I'm a tournament organizer, I know there's plenty of them that are part of it that watch these broadcasts. What can they grab from this?
Yeah, absolutely. Pete, we've set sights on this about just over 3 years ago, and our bottom line goal here is to provide our partners a complete tournament management technology software. So it has the ability to streamline everything from registrations, their communication portals, sending out a text message, for example. We just launched in scheduling and scoring, which is very exciting for us, as well as what you mentioned earlier, is meet all the needs of teams traveling and their hotel group blocks and individual reservations. So we have branded this to all our event organizers like Edina Minor Hockey and really try to streamline this solution to provide a great tournament experience for your team managers, your individual participants, and perhaps other fans and family coming into the event as well.
You're truly not a one-trick pony. So tell us a little bit more about how it all interacts, and there's actually ways that organizers make money by utilizing your product.
Yeah, that's a good point. We want to provide this software really at no cost to our tournament organizers through being their official booking agents, probably the best way to explain it, Pete. And what that does is, on our goal here is to provide those hotel rooms, getting those best group rates, negotiating those amenities, having good selection. And then what we'll actually do is provide a revenue share back to our tournament organizers with the understanding from those hotels. So it certainly can be a revenue generator opportunity. And then as you can appreciate our business model, we're subsidized through the hotels and sharing that with our tournament partners so that we can provide all this software and continue to enhance it for our tournament organizers.
So your group on the back end from a support perspective works closely with the tournaments themselves. Sometimes you handle the registration process, which in your case is ideal. And in other instances, you will work with the existing registration, and we know there's a lot of them, portals or whatever it may be, and you take the communication and that hard work out of the hands of the tournament organizer. Your organization takes care of that, captures all the data and the information, gets the hotel bookings. You're not chasing down your room nights and any of that stuff, and you don't even know what the numbers really are if you're a tournament organizer. So there's a lot of benefits to what you do that really helps the bottom line and deliver to the bottom line for these tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're taking the words there for sure right out of my mouth. And at a high level, the common feedback we see are what are the biggest benefits? And I think it's definitely the user experience. We're enhancing that, making them much more engaged with an event. But the feedback on the efficiencies for a tournament organizer, what we're able to do, capture everything for them in a one-stop solution. But also we appreciate a lot of these non-for-profit tournament organizers, or we even have some professional ones like the Dallas Stars we work with. We want to create some revenue opportunities for them to use however they see fit for fundraisers, scholarships, that kind of areas.
And also, for those locally, you work, obviously you mentioned the Edina Hockey Association. You also work with Breakaway Hockey, Midwest Hockey Programs, the Gopher Classic Legion Baseball Tournament. I mean, just to name a few. Wisconsin Sports Services, you're very active. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you? Obviously, we've got the link for Room Roster on here. Is there a direct ability to get a hold of you, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate I can chat to anyone, even provide them a little demo just so they have a better understanding. But the best way is just pick up the phone, give me a shout, toll free in my direct extension, 877-345-1752. My direct extension is 217, so that's 877-345-1752, extension 217. If you just even want to call into Room Roster, ask for a demo, we'll always accommodate that as well to give you a better understanding. Service is really their name of the game. They work in the service business as well. They know what they're doing. Room Roster, play, stay, connect. High school hockey continues. Thanks a lot, Matt. We'll be back with more right after this. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking at Pagel Activity Center, the home of the Minnetonka Skippers. Along with Bart Archer and Pete Wagner, the high school hockey game of the week will continue tonight with the Minnetonka Skippers and the Chaska Chanhassen Storm. Both teams come into this with a pair of 4-win records so far. For Chanhassen, they stand at 4-3. Meanwhile, Minnetonka at 4-4. Bart, we came off a terrific weekend of play, of course, at the Edina Holiday Classic with 4 of the top 7 teams all circled into one building. What a night, what a weekend worth of play. Now we roll up our sleeves, we get into the Christmas season here, we play some hockey, and then we get to the holiday tournaments across the board, and then we kind of get down to the stretch here of the regular season.
Yeah, then it becomes kind of a race to the XL Energy Center from that point forward. But Pete, still some residual conversation from last week's tournament. A lot of people still want to talk about it, but we saw a great exhibition of high school hockey. And as you said, 4 of the top teams in the state, top 7 teams in the state, and they showed us why. There was some great hockey that was played.
Indeed there was, and for tonight we're going to have a couple of teams that are coming into this one off wins. First of all, for the Chanhassen Storm, they're winners of 2 straight. They beat the Academy of Holy Angels by a score of 7-2, and then they downed the Rogers Royals 4-3 last week. Meanwhile, for Minnetonka, they're coming off a 5-0 shutout win over Prior Lake. They find themselves ranked 12th in the Let's Play Hockey AP current poll out of the top 20 teams. And, this is a team that's very young. They're very much like the Edina Hornets. Yep. They've got a roster that they're starting to dial in and tune up. but plenty of skill to go around on that hockey club.
Yeah, no question about it. Only 28 goals for in the 8 games, so obviously they're averaging about 3.5 goals a game. But I think the strength of this has been Minnetonka's. They've always been a great skating team, but they have diversity in scoring. It's just not 2 or 3 guys that are responsible for the offensive flow. Everybody's involved, and I think that bodes well. And Brian Urick's team always going to gather a little bit of steam and have some success. But looking forward to the game tonight. Chanhassen Storm don't have a lot of experience with it, but I heard a lot of good things about it. I think that if they can start at a nice pace tonight, because the first period's always been kind of their Achilles heel. Outscored 14-5 in the first period, so they put themselves behind the 8 balls early. I'm sure they're looking to kind of stem that tide early tonight.
Head coach Chris Wilson comes over to this program in Chanhassen, being the former Bantam A coach in Minnetonka, knows Minnetonka very well. There's borders are really, they touch each other, and keeping that in mind, you got to watch out for the players such as Colin Mosier, 10 points on the season, Jack Haley as well, and Eric Worry are a couple of the key players. But this is a big alumni night for the Minnetonka Skippers. Let's throw it downstairs as they're going to introduce a number of players that are playing at the next level right now. Well, I guess that's more like the Charlie Brown teacher. It was a nice try, but what we'll do is we'll do our best to introduce who he's introducing as cameraman Todd Grover zooms in on our players. I think I heard Eric Baskin, Steve Johnson, among others. I see Connor Theas down there, looking right there.
Sure.
Looking all the part.
Absolutely.
I think I see a couple Codas in there.
Yeah.
There's Vinny Lettieri.
Boy, there's a lot of skill in that line right there.
There's some serious product out there right now. I was told there are 21 players right now playing at the next level.
Wow.
that are in college or junior hockey right now from the Minnetonka program, something Coach Brian Urick is very proud of.
Well, and he should be, honest to goodness. I mean, that's a pretty big number. Granted, I think the competition has helped him develop, but boy, that's a big number.
Zach Swisher is going to start in goal for the Chanhassen Storm, and he's had himself a nice start to this season. 3-3, he's played some tough games, a 4.13 goals against average.
Yeah, I think that just as far as Chanhassen goes, they just have to defend a little bit better. They're giving up a lot of shots, but putting a lot of pressure on their goaltenders.
Parker Wolf, of course, his brother Dylan Wolf is on this Chanhassen edition. Wow, we're gonna blow out your speakers there, but we'll get through that. In goal for the Minnetonka Skippers will be Matt Muller. And also joining him will be Max Kavanaugh up front. Another forward will be Joel Molinar. And Luke Lohheit will be also starting up front. On the blue line is defenseman number 5, Andrew Hicks. And then, of course, the captain, Zach Van Zant, will be starting on the blue line. We'll pause a moment here for your national anthem. We'll be facing it off in a matter of a couple of minutes on Let'sPlayHockey.com. It's another Thursday night, and it's time for some more high school hockey right here on Let'sPlayHockey.com. Bart Archer, what are your keys to the game here right now?
Well, I think defense, really who controls the blue lines. I think that's the challenge in front of Chanhassen tonight. Minnetonka skates so well, especially through the neutral zone with speed and possession. I think challenging at the blue line is going to be paramount for Chanhassen, and that involves the forwards coming back to cover so they can press. But I think zone X's for Chanhassen Storm is a key tonight. Minnetonka with that tenacious forecheck. For Minnetonka, just get your shots on goal and defend. But I think the challenge right now is Chanhassen coming into a hostile environment and keeping a very flowing type of Minnetonka offense off the board early.
That'll be a key. And, this is a team that likes to start fast here, Bart Archer.
Yeah, indeed they are. In fact, first period goals, Minnetonka has an advantage of 7-3, but then they get better as the game goes on. So I think Chanhassen really has to hold serve during this period, because Chanhassen, after this period, they've outscored their opponents 22-14. So they actually get better as the game goes on, but they're actually in catch-up mode. So if they can hold it to a 1-1 game, that's going to be very, very good for Coach Wilson in this hostile environment. As we said, we're getting ready to go.
Skippers in their white with blue and blue trim sweaters. Meanwhile, Chanhassen dark blue. We're going to call that Minnesota wheat and white trim.
I like it.
Storm will go rink wide right off the stick of Jack Bayless. Don't call me Skip Bayless.
Oh.
Up and out of play.
Yeah, there's been a great flow to the game so far. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I like Chanhassen sweaters. They're very stylish.
It's a solid look for the Storm indeed. And I'll tell you what, their programs have been steadily improving. I mean, this is a very new school. I mean, was it 2010?
Absolutely. But that's one of the reasons why we're putting them on My Fox Hockey. It's just because they are up-and-comers. How about that?
On what?
I said, did I do it again?
Yeah.
I said, let's play hockey. I made a conscious effort. I said it like 400 times on the way in.
That's probably the problem.
Deprogram.
Here come the Skippers with it now. It's Highland. They play that one rink wide. Handled now by Van. Sorry, I had to go there, Bart.
Oh, it's terrible.
Newell was there back in behind the bench, or the net area there for the Chanhassen Storm, as the Skippers will come away with a chance out front. There's a shot and a save as a Swisher went down to get that, and the puck stays alive. Handled now by the Skippers, trying to go phone booth there. No go for the Skippers' Elder. Now Minnetonka once again will be in possession. They'll play it up from the line and try to play it down the wall, but that's picked off by the Storm. No ice on the play. And back to retrieve will be Grant Doctor for the Minnetonka Skippers. He advances the puck ahead for Elder, and that one will be whistled down for an icing.
Well, Pete, obviously Minnetonka had a golden opportunity indeed early in this period, but Swisher kept that puck out of the net. But those are kind of the things that can turn the tide. In some cases those go in, taking energy away, but that save right there keeps it at 0-0, keeps the energy level up.
Haley in on the draw against Minnetonka's TJ Rogers. It's the Skippers with the win. Back up to the line. Check. Ooh, big body blow in front of the bench area there by Tommy Highland. And the Storm will send it right back into the Skipper zone. Back to retrieve. It's Josh Ludke. Gets away from an oncoming forecheck. That of TJ Trousseau. It's picked off and sent back into the corner. On the chase now, it's Haley. Haley's going to work on two Skippers. Comes out of there somehow with it. Doctor was there. That was off, or checked that Ludke was there off his skate. And then checked on the play was Haley as he came away with possession. The Skippers will play it to an open wing. Picked up at the center ice area by Chanhassen. Sam, don't call me Nick Swisher. I'm sorry, there's names peppered all over this lineup. To the slot area, snapper, that one wide of the net. Muller was there, though, with the right pad. D-to-D go the Skippers back through center ice. It's on the tape now and handled by Newell. Played back up into the neutral zone. Gathered in by Bowman. And it's going to be the Skippers to regroup as the Storm doing a nice job taking away center ice. That pass too far, doesn't connect there. That was Goller there. And it's sent back in behind the Minnetonka end as they break out with a long pass to center. On the tape now for Brink. Of course, his father, Andy Brink, former Golden Gopher fame. Very good one indeed.
Well, indeed he was. Puck into the Chanhassen bench, so whistle outside the Chanhassen zone. I really like what I'm seeing from Chanhassen through the neutral zone. They're actually not giving them a lot of space, not giving them a lot of rhythm, and challenging at the blue line. If they can continue to do that, they're going to have a great chance for success tonight.
There you see Zach Swisher, 3-3 of the 4.13 goals against average and an .861 save percentage for the Storm coming into this one. That was broken up there. Foot race. Mosier was there, steered away. To the corner it goes. Played back down low by Shelby. And it's going to be picked up by Minnetonka. Played to the line, but not out. Nice job to pinch in there by Worry. Now it's Shelby in the corner. Looks to the goal mouth. Back up high to the right point. Snapshot's blocked. On the tape. Back out of the zone they come with Molinar. He's going to be held up at the line. Impeded, if you will, by Swisher. Played back on the left wing side off the boards. On it there was Heim, and that one's going to be blown dead.
Well, I just want to back it up a little bit. Sam Swisher, the senior defenseman, actually challenged it. What would have been a chip off the boards in the 2-on-1 rush the other way. You have to take the body without taking that interference penalty. He did that to a T and really stopped an odd man rush for the Skipper squad.
Subtle little plays like that can make a difference in the final outcome indeed. The slick puck moving Zach Van Zandt. This kid can play.
Yes, he
Gains
can.
the line. Ooh, that one looked like it could have been off, but they let it go. Van Zandt plays it down low. That's off the stick of Swisher up over the top of the net and the netting, and will face off outside the zone.
Well, you can see that there are 5 Storm players protecting their goaltender tonight, so defense is obviously a focus tonight. You have to be careful not to bunch up too much and create too much on the periphery for this Minnetonka team, but so far they're defending with integrity.
Center ice face-off now. Leaning in was T.J. Rogers for the Skippers. They get it deep. On the forecheck, it's Andes. Gets a little help with Rogers out of the corner. Skippers up to the left point. Shot deflected. Doesn't get through. Muller was down in the butterfly. Poole cues it out of there, and it's going to be picked up by Highland out of the zone. Highland across center. He's going to play deep as we're going to go wholesale for the Chanhassen Storm. Quick breakout for the Skippers at center, and pinched off his Elder there as he tried to play that deep. And it's going to be Chanhassen to regroup in front of the bench area. And the Skippers will be offside as they will complete a change as well. 12:57 to go. We're scoreless here from Pagel Activity Center.
Well, again, a nice neutral zone play by Parker Wolf, the junior defender. Really stemmed the tide, crushed the forward momentum with a solid body check on the proper side. So nice work so far by the Storm defensively.
Puck is played back up into the neutral zone area. Handled now by the Skippers. And that's off the stick of Bowman back at center ice. He was checked and watched closely on the play as it's going to be Wolf, but look out. Too quick on the forecheck. That was Brink. To the right point now. Lutke's shot going to be wide of the cage, but it's held onto by Muller. Will face off in his zone to his left.
Well, I like the side-to-side as far as Minnetonka, and it was a decent look by Lutke. I just think it kind of waffled on him a little bit, kind of a flutter in, and Swisher made that save look easy. Face off to his left. 12:32 left in the scoreless first period. Minnetonka with a better opportunity, but Chanhassen with a lot of puck control so far.
Puck played at center. Here's a one-on-one. Snapshot that's blocked. Defense perfectly there. That was a Shelby bid and defended by Doctor. Here come the Skippers back out of the zone. Across the line with Anders Johnson with Brink angling. Johnson loses the handle. It's picked up by Newell. Newell spades off the end boards, guides it along, and it's going to be played out of the zone by Shelby. Now it's going to be handled by the Skippers and sent right back in behind. That gets underneath the Muller stick, and the Karen will bring it all the way up to the point. Oops, vacating with Shelby a little too quick. Brink there to keep it in, but then it's taken over by another number 9, Eric Worry. In on goal, and it's going to be held on to by Muller. And the faceoff will come up to his left.
Well, Muller, I think, just got a chance to make that save. That might have been a wide shot, but opted to hold on to it, I think, just because of the onrush by Chanhassen. Been very impressed with Chanhassen and their work ethic so far. They seem to be very focused. Minnetonka doing a pretty good job of at least keeping them at bay. So not a lot of great opportunities for the Storm, but it looks like that might change if they can continue their trend.
Poked back into the neutral zone area as the hounding work through center by Matt Cothe gets the puck deep. Now on the stick of Wolf, he turns it back up the right wing side as Cothe picks up his lumber. Now he's going to be bothered on the play by Wolf. 3 Storm players surround the puck. It comes to the blue line. Look out, in on goal. Swisher is there to make the save, and the puck will sit free. Turn back up to the right wing side. Now it's going to be handled by Worry. Couldn't get the handle completely, and it's sent right back in. Now it's Becker. Becker with it off the boards to center. Deflected in deep into the Minnetonka zone. That's a nice little play there by Trousseau to make it happen. Now it'll be the Skippers out of the zone. Edging and angling through center. That's Hicks. Poked off his stick. Gets a little bit of help by Mitch McGannon to the corner. Muller watches on, or checked it that Swisher watches on from the right side. Van Zandt with it now. He backpedals and surveys, chips it to the near board. Swung on and missed there. Rolled up off the stick of Worry. Neutral zone play, nobody taking control there. It's been well defended. And here comes Molinar back for the Skippers. Runs out of real estate, angled to the wall by Heim. Chanhassen and Minnetonka scoreless. We're about 6.5 into this one. Wrist shot does not get through. Swisher was there just in case. Back of the neutral zone, handled now by Heim. Behind the net. Forecheck by Molinar. Tried to swipe it to the goal mouth area, nobody home. And it's going to be played back by the Skippers to the slot. And that one's poked away. Nice job there defensively by the Storm. Off the glass to center. Who wants it? It's a 50-50 puck as they continue to battle for it. And it's going to be picked up once again off the end boards. Swiped up to the right point. Heim with it. Shot, stick save. Nice one by Swisher. Now from the left point, Snapper. That one's down low, fails to click. That's poked off the stick momentarily there by Molinar as it comes back up to the right point once again. Heim shot doesn't get through. Tons of traffic in the slot area. Now it's going to be Swisher to steer that aside. Minnetonka storming the offensive zone. That puck was swatted out of the air by Lowhite, but behind the net it goes. Lowhite pins up on the boards. Back up to the right point. Crashing down was Johnson. Now the puck will be rung around the wall. Poking the puck enough out of the zone was Shelby, and the Storm will get a wholesale change. The forwards change for Minnetonka. Back through center, it's TJ Rogers on an angle. He's being watched by Mosier. Rogers brought down, puck at the line, kept in. Nice play there. Walking, shooting, off the post. Oh, what an opportunity there by Grant Doctor. Rang the dinner bell. Oh, we're going to have the game's first penalty. That's going to come up on Rogers.
Yeah, it's going to be a tripping penalty, but that one caromed off the post right where the post meets the crossbar. But he walked in pretty well. Pete, one thing Chanhassen's doing in their own zone is they're getting a little bit excited. Minnetonka with a very aggressive forecheck, getting a couple guys behind. There you see it right here. Pretty good look on that one. Had a lot to shoot for. Just missed it by a little bit. Oh. Well, thank you for joining us on Let's Play Hockey, Thursday night game of the week.
From the Bagel Activity Center, couldn't be happier to be in one of the meccas of high school hockey. Just such a great vibe in this facility. Someone just got butchered. We control the puck to the right wing side.
Well, I think that was a shoulder to the chin of Kavanaugh, and that was
I thought he was grabbing his wrist.
Patrick Newell. No, he caught him with the shoulder right up under the chin. Looks no worse for the wear, but it did stun him a little bit.
Wrist shot in on goal to Muller. If that was Cam Newton, we'd be having a whole 1 hour sports talk show about that, wouldn't we? I mean, you sneeze on the guy, and we got to talk about if it's right.
Well, if he's a runner or a quarterback, and I think that's that fine line, but it was a good legal check. He just stepped up, but I'm sure that Kavanaugh is going to have a head on a swivel, but he's a tough young man, and looks no worse for the wear. Face-off in the Minnetonka zone to Muller's right. 8:25 left in this first period, 1:31 left in the penalty to Minnetonka's Rogers.
Drilled around the wall, handled by the Storm as they played that one back into the corner. Haley was there. Van Sand is watching him. Some help comes along the way. Now that's Trusso. More help from the Storm. Puck will be rung. They're going to have to pinch down with Shelby. Ooh, he got his skates on that. That was a good play there. It was off to the races for Minnetonka's Jack Meredith. Along the goal line, Van Sant pokes it free. Looks up the ice and flips it high in the air, and that's going to make it the length of the ice. Back in behind the net it goes. Meredith on the forecheck. Another penalty coming up.
Well, Meredith just got a little bit aggressive. I think that's going to be either an interference or a tripping call. Regardless, it's going to be a 58-second. It's going to be interference. 58-second two-man advantage for this Chanhassen Storm team. What a great opportunity. Chanhassen's power play ranks is at about 22.9%. Penalty kill for the Skippers always a solid 84%. But what a great opportunity it is for this Chanhassen team. If they can punch one in and still maintain the man advantage, it kind of takes the pressure off a little bit, especially with the challenges they've had in this first period. And they've fared pretty well, but now what a great opportunity, as we said.
Am I clear to fire a cliche?
Go ahead. When am I going to stop you?
Your goaltender has to be your best penalty killer in this situation.
Perfect. We can check that one off the list.
Okay, I can hear everybody moaning on the other side of the computer world. We're good. From the slot area, there's a shot that's deflected wide, handled now by the Storm. 5-on-3. Price was there. He gets a little bit of help now from Worry. Back up to the blue line. Newell with it, loses the handle. Now, once again on Worry, stick back behind for Price. His pass is deflected, and here come the Skippers. They're going to just play that one deep with Grant Doctor, and he'll stay high on the forecheck. We've got 28 to go in the 5-on-3 and 1:27 to go now in the second penalty to Meredith. Across the line, it's Wolf. Leaves back for Mosier. Gives back up to the right point. Newell walks and shoots. Nice stick save. That turned up high in the air. And wide of the net it goes. Play that one right back up to the point. The Storm in control with it now. It's going to be Newell. Left wing side, Mosier. They go to the right side. And right into the midsection, squared up to make a nice save, was Matt Muller, your goaltender for the Minnetonka Skippers.
Well, it was good puck movement by the Storm. I think a little bit too deliberate on Parker Wolf's shot. He actually set up and allowed actually Muller to sneak over, square up to the shooter. But good puck movement by the Storm, getting it to the open guy. That was a couple pretty good looks in those last just 2 seconds left in the penalty to Rogers. And then Minnetonka's only down by one for another minute and 2 seconds.
So they do get the man on the ice as TJ Rogers steps on the 5-on-4, as you mentioned, Bart. 1:02 to go in that. 6:52 to go here in the first period. And as always, it's just such a great vibe here with the walking track over. People like to look out over. It's like the great Roman gladiator Coliseum with some incredible acoustics. I'm telling you, the other side of this building is a solid 30 degrees colder. I'm so glad Brett Michaels, our producer, set us up over on this side. I can't say enough. I nearly lost a limb over there. It was so cold.
Well, it's a little better sightlines for us as well.
Back in behind the net it goes. 35 to go in the man advantage off front. Picked up now by McGannon. Finds an opening and sends it into the Chanhassen zone. Whoa, look out. Oh. Swisher did the old how's she going with that roller. Now it's going to be Shelby with it. One last rush for his addition. 19 to go in the man advantage, and there to break that up was Ludke. Now it's going to be handled by Shelby. Surveys. Left wing deflected in by the Storm. Nice play there by Galls as it's another battle off the side of the net. Picked up by Ludke. And that's going to do it for the penalty. Skippers dodge the bullet, and they cross the line with some energy. In deep it goes with Bowman. He tries to go short side. It's going to be picked up by the Storm's Price. Played to center. Loose change in front of the bench area there as the Storm will gain the line and play this one in deep. Price is there. He's checked on the play. Hicks was there for the Skippers. Hicks again reaches and plays that one on the stick for Molinar at the line, but played back into the near corner. Handled out of the zone. That pass picked off. Look out. Here comes Newell from the line, sends it in. Storm liking their energy there, pursuing the puck with ferocious abandon here. And they're making things happen, taking away a lot of the time for the Minnetonka Skippers. Puck will be played back in behind the net. Kavanaugh will fish it out of there as the check was thrown. Highland was there. Now it's going to be picked up by Lowhite from the side of the net. Out of the corner they come. It's the Storm. That one fails to click at center ice. Nice pass to the right wing in control. It's Worry. He protects and turns. Watched on the play by Doctor. And it's going to be gathered in by Van Sant out of the zone. Head up the whole way. Finds his man on the tape. Lowhite across the line from the off wing. That one fails to click. But Van Sant will play that one back in behind the net. 4:25 to go in the first period. Pretty much whistle-free hockey here from the activity center. Cycled back into the corner. Skipper's in control and on possession with Molinar to center. And it's going to be Van Sant to come away with it as he surveys, plays it back up the near side. On the stick now of Lowhite. He's going to have a long shift here. Looks to get a change. Gets it deep. Here comes some fresh legs as Elder forechecks. Oh, he's wedged out. Neat little play off the boards there by Mullen. There's a shot. Where is it? Oh, and that one was kept out of the net. I'll tell you what, Swisher had that one roll up on him, down on his legs, put the paddle across, and kept it out of the back of the net, Bart Archer.
Well, I think the encouraging thing, if you're Chris Wilson, the coach, is he made the initial save, and the defenseman was there to support and clear that second chance opportunity. But kind of a trying moment for this Storm team, but Swisher made that first save. Getting back to what you're saying as far as Chanhassen being up and on Minnetonka in their own zone, I think the two things, Minnetonka weather that storm. Coach Urich gets a chance gets a chance to get some semblance of line continuity, but I think it built a little confidence to the primary players on this Chanhassen team to possess the puck in the offensive zone.
Storm take the puck out of their own zone, play this one to the corner. Nice job to fish his way in. Shallow angle opportunity there by Goller. Oh, they had a man in the slot area, but nice job to get the body between there for Elder. Back out of the zone he comes. From the line, sends it in. Swisher steers to the right. Rebound. That one is on goal. Nice save by Swisher. Hustling after that is Andes. He gets his own puck back. Back up to the left point. Himes shot. That deflects off the glass. Puck dribbles off the side of the net. Who wants it? Up to the line. Meredith, or checked that was Andy's there, and that goes up and out of play. And we will face off in the neutral zone. That's usually, Bart, where the band is stationed.
Yeah.
Where are they?
I don't know. But it may be on holiday break. I don't know, P. Wagner.
Oh, they've taken an early day off.
3:11 left in this first period. Shots on goal, 12 for Minnetonka, only 7 for Chanhassen. But I think Chanhassen is really struggling getting between the hash marks. Minnetonka doing a great job of taking that away from them.
Now the Skippers control. Van Sant from the right point. His attempt is blocked off the equipment there of Shelby. Oh, he's jammed by Van Sant, and back into the Skipper zone it goes. Highland will forecheck. They look to the goal mouth area, and the Skippers defend well out of the zone, angling to the right side. With speed, it's Jack Bayless. Van Sant has his stick lifted from the slot areas. He had a great chance there, but not so fast to save the Storm. Wolf was there. Now it's Bowman. He looks to get away from some trouble. Bowman plays up to the line. It's going to be held there by Hicks. Oh, and a nice play there. Storm will shovel to center. Barely did they. Now they did. And they'll have to be forced to regroup with 2:18 to go in the period. Long pass by Wolf. That fails to click. On the forecheck now, it's Trousseau. And from the right wing side to center, it's Van Sant to the neutral. And the loose change gathered in by Andrew Hicks of the Skippers. Right back at you, say the Storm is now they're going to go to work off the end board, getting the pucks deep. Nice job to pick that one off to the back end. Oh! Up to the point it goes. Mullen was there. They couldn't quite pull the trigger to the goal mouth area. Here's a shallow angle shot that's deflected up and off the screen. Very impressed with the angles and the skating on the forecheck of this Chanhassen edition.
Yeah, they've been very effective so far, really putting Minnetonka at bay. But the defensemen are not leaving the zone too early. They're actually pinching and challenging the forwards as far as their zone exits, so they've been very effective. And Minnetonka struggling a little bit getting the puck out of the zone.
Look at that number, January 6th, Rapids at Holy Family Catholic. Are you kidding me?
Boy, that's going to be a good one. I really love the Holy Family Catholic, their defensive core, and I'm kind of fond of the Thunderhawks as well.
We saw 3 games in a row of them this past week, and they are very, very impressive. Prolific.
Yeah, one of the better positioned teams I think that we've seen so far in this early season.
Very physically strong as well. Creates all sorts of issues.
Absolutely.
Puck will be rung to the left wing side, swatted at the center. It's going to be handled by Wolf. His clearing attempt is off some equipment, and it's going to be Doctor to take over. Bounding puck off the boards. Skipper's forecheck. Elder was there. And back out of the zone. Oh, look out. We're under a minute remaining here in the period. And it's going to be Ludke to come away with it as he winds up behind Muller. Ludke, Skipper's in control. Doctor with it. Across the line. He's going to play that one back in behind the net. Newell is there. Played to the slot area, back up to the blue line, back out of the zone. Shelby lost the handle in the wickets, and it's going to be picked up. Doctor takes it from Ludke. He'll be content to play it in, and Swisher says, let's just cover this up and get our change if we need it.
Well, it just seems like the puck is rolling on Chanhassen a little bit. When they get possession, they can't complete the pass, and that's because the puck seems to be bouncing. But again, it was Zach Swisher, the junior goaltender, elected to keep that puck and force a whistle. Just 22.4 seconds left. Kind of dangerous situation for this Storm. They'd love to win this faceoff, but what a great opportunity it is for Minnetonka to finish this period with a goal.
As we say, offensive zone, defensive zone faceoff, so important to the process.
Especially in the last minute of the period.
Oh, ask the Elk River Elks about that one. Now it's going to be the Skippers with what were there 3 goals in that game? And
yeah, Eden Prairie was the victim of that as well.
Or was it Eden? I mean, there was a ton. Was it Eden Prairie? It was Eden Prairie.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they played so well through the other 50 minutes. It's not like it was a huge breakdown, but it's just you want to pay particular attention to finish strong and start strong. And obviously with 3.1 seconds left, offensive zone face-off, another opportunity for the Storm. They're going to have to go right for the net.
It can be the difference between a top seed.
Oh, absolutely.
And a top seed can be the last change.
Absolutely.
And you ask any coach, they'd love to have that. If you could give it to them, they'd take it. Face-off pushed off the end boards by the Storm. No harm, no foul. Shots on goal were quite huge for the Minnetonka Skippers. 14 in the first period against 7 for the Chanhassen Storm.
Yeah, and a lot of those 14 shots by Minnetonka were pretty good looks on that one. Just want to speak about Eric Wari, the forward for this Chanhassen Storm team. I knew I'd do that tonight. But he went right for the net on that faceoff. But I want to back it up a little bit because Minnetonka was coming back on a 3-on-2 and looked like they had a pretty good chance to get a good opportunity. He came back check from the offensive dot all the way back and interrupted that play. If you can get effort like that from your big hitters, everybody else is going to follow suit. But I think if you're Coach Chris Wilson, you have to feel pretty good about the way your team played.
We're scoreless after 1. We'll come back with more high school hockey as we continue our coverage. The game of the week on Let'sPlayHockey.com.
We've been dealing with the inconvenience of getting our skates sharpened at hockey shops for decades. Now, many of us have kids, and we're dealing with it all over again. Up until now, there hasn't been a piece of equipment that was safe, easy to use, and accurate to allow the hockey player to maintain their skates at the pro level at home on their own time with their own equipment. The Spark Skate Sharpener delivers to every player a piece of equipment that allows them to maintain their skates at peak performance every time they get on the ice.
Hockey is huge in Minnesota. We live and breathe it year-round. We grew up learning how to skate, and our best memories were made playing outside in the open air. And to share that with your friends who love the game as much as you do is pretty special.
The camaraderie of a hockey team is unlike any other sport. It really doesn't get any better than rallying some buddies together, heading down to the local rink, and skating for hours. You create a special bond with your teammates. You all hang out together, you see them every day, and in the end, you know every guy in that locker room is going to be there for you when you need it.
Oh, here we go. Oh, what a beauty.
Beauty is a loyal and respected teammate. Someone that's going to have your back on and off the ice. They work hard and know how to have a good time. Through our bold and timeless products inspired by our past, we strive to celebrate hockey and the lifestyle that comes with it.
We want to unite hockey players, from vets to rookies and from old to young, around the game that we love.
Hockey is more than just a sport for us. It's a lifestyle.
AAA hockey players, the Northland Hockey Group has northern Minnesota covered, with 4 teams in the northern part of the state, including the Red River Pike in the northwest, the Bemidji Loons in the north, the Iron Range Blast on the range, and the Great Lake Skulls in the northeast. The Northland Hockey Group will put your child in the hottest sublimated jersey in the AAA field. With 4 tournaments and an all-star game, the Northland Hockey Group will be the highlight of your child's summer. Check out all team locations and tryout times at northlandhockeygroup.com.
Inside us all beats the heart of an athlete, determined to succeed. We push, we fight, we sacrifice. Sometimes we fall short, sometimes we just fall. But we get back up, stronger than before. This is more than a game. This is our goal.
AAA hockey players, the Northland Hockey Group has northern Minnesota covered, with 4 teams in the northern part of the state, including the Red River Pike in the northwest, the Bemidji Loons in the north, the Iron Range Blast on the range, and the Great Lake Skulls in the northeast. The Northland Hockey Group will put your child in the hottest sublimated jersey in the AAA field. With 4 tournaments and an all-star game, the Northland Hockey Group will be the highlight of your child's summer. Check out all team locations and tryout times at northlandhockeygroup.com.
Inside us all beats the heart of an athlete, determined to succeed. We push, we fight, we sacrifice. Sometimes we fall short. Sometimes we just fall. But we get back up, stronger than before. This
We are between periods of our Let's And we welcome you back for the second period. If you're watching this live and wondered where we went, it's called getting power booted. Someone kicks the cord, and you get unplugged.
Well, there are a lot of people here. Very impressive, actually, the turnout and the support that these Minnetonka Skippers fans show. Not only that, but the Chanhassen Storm traveled pretty well. Second period underway.
What's that? That was whistled down offside, Bart Archer.
Well, indeed it was. On-air production meeting as we go. But I think, as we talked about when they went into the period, Chris Wilson.
Do I have a headset on?
Yeah, but that didn't stop people from.
I mean, do people walk around with headsets? I mean, with microphones on them? They'll come up to you guys, and they'll just start talking to you and grabbing your papers.
Well, you're an approachable guy, P. Wagner.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Always make time for your fans.
All 2 of them.
Oh, you doubled it.
Yeah.
Super.
We are underway here in the second period as the Storm are moving from left to right across your screen.
That's one more than me.
The Skippers defend. Low height was there. And it's played to the center ice area. We're scoreless. In a rugged battle here between 2 teams that are checking it tightly here tonight. Puck is cycled back down the right wing wall. Kavanaugh was there for the Skippers. He surveys up to the right point. Van Sant back to Kavanaugh from the right hash. Oh, they had a man crashing. Too far for Molinar, though he gets it back as the Storm will find an opening, and they'll be content to clear it the length of the ice and will face it back off in the Chanhassen zone.
Well, Pete, you did say it's a tight physical game, and I think Chanhassen's really spearheading the physicality in this game. They do a really good job of taking the proper angles and providing good puck separation. So I really am impressed with the way that Chanhassen bangs the bodies. Minnetonka just plays the game the right way. So kudos to both teams I love the physical brand, and they haven't disappointed tonight. Boy, there's a lot of kids here tonight, too. That's kind of neat.
Indeed, there are. Of course, they have the little action between
chippers.
Yeah, for sure. Played back through wide of the net. Swisher to his left for the Storm. They'll play back over off the wall now. It's Galls with it. He loses the handle. Looks to get some help. A definite purpose in jumping this Minnetonka step here to start this period. Deflected in on goal. Nice save as the puck is caromed and played back off the wing. Out of the zone they come. Brought down on the play. It'll be the 3rd minor penalty. Grant Doctor's going to go for the hooking call.
Yeah, it didn't really leave any margin for interpretation, and that one is right 2 feet away from the referee. But again, the Storm have a golden opportunity, and we talked about their power play being at about the 23% mark, obviously unsuccessful on the 5-on-3. but it did give them a little bit of rhythm going on, so there was some good value there. You can see the penalty right there. Hard not to call that one, but offensive zone face-up for the Storm. Great opportunity, as we said.
Great to see the Wild, and lays up Itone to Montreal. Tied at 1 midway through 2. Puck is played back around. I just chased off all of our viewers, didn't I?
Well,
as they play that one down into the corner. And that's a team in Montreal that's only lost 2 games against 2 ties at home all year long.
But there is some dissension in the ranks with the Carey Price situation, with him giving the steely-eyed glare, a.k.a. kind of like a Patrick Waugh.
I know.
Is
this part deux, as they would say?
It could be. Part deux.
You know, that's probably the worst possible place to be a goalie in the National Hockey League.
That's a tough place
in Montreal. To play. Are you kidding me? Expectations off the charts.
Yeah, but if you do the job, they treat you as a hero. So
it's hard
kind
to
of
do it every day, though.
Absolutely.
And then when you fail, you are just a loser. Now Van Sant with it as he plays that one.
Oh, nice hold.
Up high and held in. The Storm with it. Now it's Doctor walking down low. That one's swatted away. Doctor from the hash marks. I checked that wrong one. That was Wolf. Yeah, we'll check in here at any point. Wolf for the Storm.
Well, Minnetonka caught a bit of a break. Faceoff's going to come outside the zone. Puck rolled up on the back netting. But really, I think Minnetonka's done a pretty good job of actually thwarting. Chanhassen's had some good offensive zone time, but they really haven't been able. Their challenge is getting between the dots or getting between the hash marks. That's obviously the strategy in hockey, is to get in the scoring area, and Minnetonka's just taking that away from them.
Shelby comes away with the puck off the faceoff, plays back in behind with 1:01 to go in the power play time for the Storm. This is their 3rd advantage of the game. They try to go give and go out of the corner. That was thwarted there by the defense. Rogers with it to the line. Shelby snaps, shoots, scores! Oh, high in the slot. Don't know if that got redirected on the way in. The Storm take the 1-0 lead.
Well, still, it was a good shot on goal. Shelby kind of walked the lineup a little bit, came in. But we'll look at it on replay, and I talked over the official announcement, but there he walks in. Really a good look, and I don't know if it was a Minnetonka person, but
Kavanaugh, check that. That might have been Trusso that got his stick on that on the way in. Let's look again. Yes, he did. Very Ryan Smith, former Edmonton Oiler-like.
And for Trusso, that's his 2nd goal of the season on the power play. So early 1-0 lead in the 2nd period for the Storm. Power play goal. Minnetonka's got to stay out of the box.
1-0 now, Storm lead as they strike on the power play early on here in the 2nd period. Skippers Bayless with it, plays that one across the line. That one's played back in behind by the Skippers as they'll find the loose change with Brink. He's bumped on the play. Brink tries to protect. It's cycled back in behind the net. Now the Storm will wrap up. Get a little bit of help out of the corner with Mullen. He's brought down on the play. A couple of number 9s jostle Worry and Brink. And it's going to be the Storm that come away with it off the outstretched hand, and it hit the mitt there, they say, of Hicks. And it's going to be set up behind the net by Muller. No relation to Kirk Muller, Carolina Hurricanes. Back across the line they go. There's a snapshot, a big stick save by Swisher. Oh! Wow. That would be of the dangerous variety, but they're going to spare him the extra 10 and work the cross-check. But that was an exclamation point off the boards. That was very dangerous.
Indeed it was, but everybody got up, and that's what you want to see. But that's going to be Luke Becker, the senior forward, that's going to get a cross-check penalty. Little gracious from the referee, but again, now Minnetonka gets to turn the tide. One thing about what good teams do is when they get scored on, they kind of get refocused. Nice push back by Minnetonka, really forced a penalty. Now they get a chance on the power play.
I think it's safe to say in 2012 that probably would have been a 2-10. Or 5-10.
Yeah,
sorry.
And then conversation would have dominated for the rest of the night.
2012. By who?
By everybody.
Oh. Van Sant with it. Plays this over to the right side. Hicks. Shot. Oh, traffic. Nice save by Swisher. Johnny on the spot. Saw that one. Squaring up nice tonight.
Boy, that was a nice subtle save because that puck was redirected. That could have been dangerous.
Van Sant can shoot it too. There he does. Quick release. Deflected up and over. Now it's brought up by Hicks. From the right side, back to Van Sant. Top of the umbrella he goes. Little shoulder juke. Hicks to the near, or check that was Van Sant to the near side. Kavanaugh. Far side they go. They try to go through traffic with Hicks. Oh, that one A little pirouette and goal there by Swisher.
Well,
Rock
good,
solid.
Good clear by the Storm on that one. Vulnerable time.
Couldn't get strong enough wood on that one. And the puck sits free in the slot area. The Skippers are busy, staying on the loose change. Van Santa's shot. Swisher the stick save. 52 to go in the man advantage. Van Sant again. Chips a pass to the right side for Hicks. Shot right into the glove as Swisher squares up to that one. A couple of great scoring chances and opportunities for the Skippers.
Yeah, and it really kind of starts with Van Sant down at the blue line. Everything kind of goes through him. He's very elusive, very quick to change his angles, but he puts those good low shots, tippable shots on goal. Just 47 seconds left in the penalty to Storm's Luke Becker for that cross check, with Minnetonka turning up the heat.
They win the face-off again. There's a shot that's not going to happen as Doctor gets it back from Ludke. There's a puck that's turned aside by Swisher. Ludke comes away. Up high for Doctor. Wanted to shoot, but that was taken away. Nice job up front on the penalty kill by Haley, and the busy stick there of Goller keeps that one from finding its way.
Well, what the Skippers are doing is they're putting big Jack Bowman in front of the net, and it's really creating some havoc for the Storm to try to give their goaltenders some sightlines. So far, they've been pretty successful so far. And don't adjust your TV, folks, and no, we're not having an earthquake. We're just doing an on-air production meeting. It looks like everything is square, but just 25 seconds.
For now.
25 seconds left in the power play.
Doctor's shot. That might have hit Swisher on its way in. Doesn't get to the back of the net. 15 to go in the man advantage.
Position save on that one. I don't think he saw that one, P. Wagner. Another penalty.
And this will be an abbreviated 5-on-3.
Well, it's going to be another cross-check penalty, another stick penalty. But this one's going to be on Minnetonka, actually, P. I think it's going to be Jack Bowman that's going to go to the box, so that's going to even things out for 10 seconds, and then the Storm are back on the power play. But a stick penalty in the offensive zone, not really what you want, but Jack Bowman, one of the better players or primary players on this team, is going to spend 2 minutes in the box. Face-off now is going to be to Muller's left. Shots on goal, 20 for Minnetonka, so they had about 6 shots since the start of this period, so they're really turning up the offensive screws a little bit.
Well, we're having just about every pass after a flawless Edina Holiday Classic. We're having just about every production detail go wrong from getting unplugged.
Right. The benefit of a press box.
Oh, my word.
Just bear with us, folks. Well, at least you can see all the banners, all the accolades that this fine skipper program has. We're going to go handheld. Well, at least there's only 10 minutes.
He is one of the best handheld cameramen in the business.
Well, he's only got 10 minutes and some odd seconds to hold it.
Good luck to you there, pal.
Hoping for no whistles.
Oh, goodness. So the power play now ensues.
But, Pete, we've talked about power plays, but one thing about Minnetonka is when they're on the penalty kill, they have the capability to score goals, as T.J. Rogers already has a shorthanded tally, but you have to be defensively responsible, but obviously you're in it to get some pressure offensively.
Storm forced to regroup now with Price. He's going to wind it up through center, loses the handle, and McGannon slides over. Now once again on the stick for Becker. Right wing side for Newell. He's checked. To the corner it goes. Puck dribbles its way through the maze of people and sent the length of the ice by the Minnetonka Skippers.
Boy, this is just a textbook penalty kill by the Skipper team. They're really standing stout at the blue line, and if they do allow a zone entry, it goes to the periphery, and then they give up the puck. So Minnetonka doing a great job of killing. It's just 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 seconds left in the penalty to Jack Bowman, and then we'll be back to 5-on-5. Well, now just 4 seconds left in this penalty. Face-off going to come all the way down in the Storm zone as they get flagged for icing on the power play. Obviously a miscue on that one. There you see it. Chanhassen holding a 1-0 lead against Minnetonka on the power play for another 4 seconds, but it's in their own zone. 4 seconds left. Bowman will come out. We'll be back to 5-on-5.
Good job, Bart. Way to get it done as I'm trying to figure this thing out.
That's about as good as I can do, Pete.
Well, keep going.
Okay.
It's your debut.
Oh, goodness. I'm not programmed that way, P. Wagner. Takes a special breed to do play-by-play. Here we go.
Now we're at full strength, 5-on-5 as the Storm will work it. Trousseau to the goal mouth area, nothing doing there, and it's going to be held at center and sent right back in by the Storm. 20-10 are your shots on goal. 9:06 to go in the period. And here come the Storm back the other way. They'll try to slice and dice through traffic. A little inside out there. It didn't work as Molinar made the bid. There's a wrist shot. Deflected. That one does not get in on, as it's going to be Molinar once again. There's a shot again blocked. That's off the equipment of Highland. And back behind the net, Wolf will win the battle. Very strong on the stick there. Off the stick and sent right back in by Hicks by the Skippers. Back behind the net it goes. They'll crash down with Kothe on the forecheck. Kothe is there, comes away with the puck. Back up to the line, left side with Hicks. Shot reaching was Swisher. They get it back. There's a shot. Swisher makes a nice save as he slides from left to right.
Well, if you're Brian Yerk, you have to feel pretty good about how your team not only killed that penalty, but then maintain offensive pressure, working the puck down low. I think they were just guilty of having too many people on one side, a bit of an overload. But there you see a pretty good shot on that one. It didn't make it through, but that's where things started to get a little owly, and that was Kothe that actually took that shot. But you can see a lot of Minnetonka Skippers in a close proximity. But no harm, no foul.
Skippers win the draw. Doctor plays it to the right wing side. And it's going to be the Storm to look to break out at center. Played back in on the forecheck. Leg and Heinrich was there. It's picked off to the slot area. Look out, loose puck. And that one's put in on goal. Heinrich was there. And now it's going to be picked up by Kothe. Skippers can't get the zone as it's going to be picked up by Doctor from the corner. Off to the left of his goaltender, Matt Muller. Skippers once again look to break out. They find the pass through center for Rogers. Rogers to the goal mouth area. Poke to safety. Look out. Ooh, nice job to get off the ice there by Lutke. It would have been too many. Doctor takes it from the left side. Tries to sidestep one would-be checker. And the Storm, wanted the 2-on-1. Couldn't get it as they get the puck back in their own zone and handle. Sent back into the neutral zone. Handled now by Bowman. His shot is blocked. Gets it back to the high slot. Shot that's up off the netting. An absolute laser as that one's up and out of play.
Well, that's Sam Swisher, the defender, using that busy stick, ramming it up, protecting Zach Swisher in goal. But Van Zandt, very, very impressed with the way this young man plays the game. Very poised, very quick feet, very quick hands. He really seems to control the tempo and the pace when he's out there, and obviously a focused player for the Skipper team.
We'll do it at the end of the period. Well, hopefully you're not seasick, folks. It is what it is. I think we need a break, don't we? In on goal, like a holiday break, maybe Christmas. In on goal, once again, Swisher makes a save. Maybe Santa will get us a new tripod.
Wow, the shots are starting to mount for the Skipper team, putting pressure on Zach Swisher. But he's getting good support in front. They aren't getting in tight. And when there is a second chance opportunity, the defense are taking care of business. Pete, I'm just standing out here, minding my own business. About an 8-year-old kid came back and gave me a little bit of a hip check. So even the fans are getting physical out here. We have our challenges tonight, don't we? Face-off win by the Skippers.
Puck pushed off the right wing side. Van Sant plays to the corner. Now it's Mullen. Van Sant again. Plays back in behind. Worry comes away with it. Looks to the front. That's defended quite well. Now it's the Storm. From center ice, Highland. Well, every time they get possession at the tops of their circles forward, their faithful are on their feet.
Absolutely. But that was a nice zone exit by the Storm. They seem to be pretty efficient getting out of the zone. It's just getting into the offensive zone with possession has been their challenge.
Oh, from the slot area. And that was poked away through center ice. The long strides of Anders Johnson. Not enough, as it's going to be an icing call with 5:45 to go.
Well, Minnetonka came down with numbers, and that was a nice sliding defenseman by Patrick Newell. Really didn't stop the play, but he actually changed the angle of that pass. Indeed, put it in the skates, kind of hard to handle. He did a nice job of maintaining control of that puck. But there you see the Storm coming back to support. So nice defensive play by Newell on that one to thwart that rush.
Off the glass it goes. It's going to be handled once again by Lutke down the left wing side. Skippers with possession here over the past 7 to 8 minutes. Nothing to show for it on the scoreboard yet, but I'm sure they're going to look to wear this one down. That one's off the stick of Goller, and here come the Skippers. They try to go over the blocker, Pat Syed. Oh, there's a shot to the goal mouth area. Delayed penalty, and that one's going to be called on the Chanhassen Storm.
Wow, how that stayed out, I'm not quite sure, but Zach Swisher made the initial save, and I think most everybody lost sight of that puck. It turned up to be on the far side, but boy, really a trying moment for this Storm team. It's going to be an interference penalty, and it looks like it's going to be Molinar that's going to go for Minnetonka.
Wow, an offensive zone penalty.
Well, not what you want to see, but havoc was being wreaked down there. I think the Storm dodged the bullet a little bit, and the reward is they get a power play for another 2 minutes. Just 5:18 left in the second period. The Storm holding on to 1-goal lead. Chance on the power play. And Molinar is one of their more primary players, so having in the box is not a bad thing if you're a Chanhassen fan.
Skippers get the draw and ring. As they work their way across the line, Rogers comes over to play the puck, but then there's the opportunistic Worry to make the play. They're going to regroup now. Worry gives to the near side. Wolf with it. Solid, talented defenseman here for this edition. Back into the Minnetonka zone it goes. Elder was there. No ice, of course, because they're shorthanded. Skippers now with his 5th power play for the Chanhassen Storm this evening. Wolf across the line, kind of bulldozes his man to the ice. They get it back, and they're going to call him for a cross check, I am sure, or interference. Take your pick.
Oh, boy.
Well done there.
Well, you don't want the referees to be too involved in the game, but if it's a penalty, they have to call it. Parker Wolf, the junior defender, one of the better players on this Storm team, in the box for 2 minutes. So we're going to be 4-on-4, barring another penalty for another minute 17. And then, obviously, if anything changes, but it would be a brief power play of 43 seconds for this Minnetonka Skipper team. You don't want special teams to be so much the focus, but boy, we've certainly had plenty of opportunities on special teams tonight.
50-50 controlled now by the Skippers. Bayless plays up to the point to Hicks. His shot's deflected wide of the net. Working the forecheck is Bowman. Nice job to pull it away from track. Bowman gets it back. Shot, save! Puck still loose. Oh, and they have a man slide across. And somehow the puck is tucked in under the goaltender, Zach Swisher. But what a play on the back end there. I don't know if that was Shelby or was that Bart. I think that was number 6, Jack Haley, that got in behind the goaltender and slid across and kept that from working its way across the goal line.
Well, and Jack Haley's one of the offensive players on this team coming back to defend. Obviously, 4-on-4, there's a lot of space out there, but Minnetonka seems to be the ones taking advantage of it. They're getting in tight on Swisher. They have to either block out better, but Swisher makes the first save. It's just where that second chance opportunity seems to be the struggle for this Storm.
Skippers with a clean face-off win in possession. Rogers back up to the line now for Bayless. Lutke now. Under 4 to go in the period. Down the boards it goes. Rogers protects and walks up the near boards. Nice little play to Lutke, give and go, wanted it. And that's picked off and turned the other way. Here come the Storm with a possible breakaway. Mosier in on goal. Nice play to swat that away by Doctor. But then there's a penalty followed up after that. And I don't know, are they calling the goaltender?
Well, either that or calling Colin Mosier on that one. We'll have to wait to see what the official call was, but really nice job of staying with that play by Grant Doctor, the sophomore defender. He just picked, the timing was perfect, waited for the proper time, just interrupted the stride.
Okay, he gets a slash there, puck's loose. Oh, my word.
Oh, didn't try to.
Former goaltender here.
Yeah.
Let him play.
Right.
I mean.
But again, this is where we talked about.
The reason he lost the puck is he got slashed.
Absolutely. So, but referees are getting a little bit involved. So, like you said, you got to kind of let them play. But if there's an infraction out there, they're obligated to call that. But now we're going to have some room out there. It's going to be 4-on-3 as the Storm really has a hill to climb here. 21 seconds, and then I believe it's Molinar that gets out of the box, and then we're looking at a really significant amount of time for a 5-on-3 for Minnetonka. You really don't want to tempt fate too much. Minnetonka just hovering Not a bad timeout to take, but Minnetonka is hovering around that 30% mark on the power play, so they can't put the puck in the net.
We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have more high school hockey during this Chanhassen timeout. It's a score of 1-0 Chanhassen over Minnetonka.
AAA hockey players. The Northland Hockey Group has northern Minnesota covered. With 4 teams in the northern part of the state, including the Red River Pike in the northwest, the Bemidji Loons in the north, the Iron Range Blast on the range, and the Great Lake Skulls in the northeast. The Northland Hockey Group will put your child in the hottest sublimated jersey in the AAA field. With 4 tournaments and an all-star game, the Northland Hockey Group will be the highlight of your child's summer. Check out all team locations and tryout times at northlandhockeygroup.com.
Inside us all beats the heart of an athlete, determined to succeed. We push, we fight, we sacrifice. Sometimes we fall short, sometimes we just fall. But we get back up, stronger than before. This is more than a game. This is our goal.
Down goes Doctor as it's played back into the corner. Just wrought with technical difficulties here. He scores! Van Sant puts the puck in the net of the power play, and it's 2-0 in favor of Minnetonka.
Well, the timing was pretty good as Parker Wolf just had 20 seconds left in his penalty. So 5-on-3 ties the game, and now Minnetonka still has an abbreviated power play. Hey.
So we're tied at 1. Believe me, it's a great goal if you're still with us. Van Sant plays it to the near side for Hicks, across the line for the Skippers. 1-1 with 2:44 to go. 9 seconds in the 5-on, check that. 1:01 to go in the 5-on-4.
Yeah, they just didn't take the penalty after the goal.
Van Sant with it, 2.5 to go in the period. Kavanaugh plays to the corner, back up to Van Sant under the stick, and into the neutral zone it goes. Sauce pass to center ice, poked away from traffic. And it's going to be Molinar with it as he walks in on goal. And that one deflected just wide of the cage. Kavanaugh gives the puck up for Hicks. Shot it on goal, and that's going to be handled by Swisher. You know, Bert, you kind of got the sense for a while here that the Chanhassen Storm are kind of hanging on to that 1-0 lead, just saying, okay, let's see if we can ride this out. But you also know they're going to need to do more than just that in a game like this.
And I think they knew that coming in. I don't think that would be any secret, but I think it was more Minnetonka's push. But that's what character teams do after they get scored on. They push back, and that's exactly what Minnetonka has done, and they push the pace from that point, and the Storm just haven't taken it back. Of course, special teams have a lot to do with that as well. Hard to get continuity.
Handled once again by the Skippers. They have power play time for 15 more. Doctor from the top of the slot's going to get it back. Gives off to the right wing side. Doctor once again. His shot was blocked. Nice job by the wickets there of Haley as he races to center, but a nice positional play by Bayless as he turns this one back up ice. The Storm are now 5-on-5. Defensive play by Newell. That's off his skate as the puck is played to the corner. Back in behind the net. Becker with it. Flips that up and out of play. That hits the netting with $1:25 to go here in period number 2.
Well, they still haven't determined where the faceoff is going to be. If it's going to stay in the zone, it looked like it went straight out, so the faceoff should be to Zach Swisher's left, which indeed it is. Just 1:25 left in this period. We're 1-1. Both coaches obviously want teams to finish strong, but I think Chanhassen just has to get something positive to happen. They've been on defense for about the last 5 to 7 minutes, pretty strong. Have to be some tired legs out there.
Now it's the Skippers with it. They play this to slot area that's deflected away, and it's going to be picked up at his own line by Hicks. Turns back to center. Defended neatly, but look out. Here comes Rogers. He wanted to be off to the races. Instead, it's going to be the Storm back the other way with Mosier. Mosier shot in on goal with 1 minute left to go here in the period.
Well, it was a pretty good shot by Mosier considering where he was, but Van Zandt stepped up, really accelerated the play a little bit, kind of made him a little bit uncomfortable, took that shot a little earlier than he did indeed want to do. And when I talk about fatigue, I'm not talking about the kids getting necessarily physically tired, but when you defend, you tend to lose a little bit of energy, and Minnetonka certainly has the energy now. Offensive zone faceoff for the Storm, 1 minute left. Good opportunity to make something happen.
Puck will be fished behind the net. They'll ring it around to the left of the goaltender, Matt Muller. And here come the Skippers back out of the zone with Molinar. Has plenty of traffic to navigate. Newell. Now Molinar gets it back. Look out, Van Zandt can shoot it down low. That's off a pair of skates. Van Zandt again shot. That one gets muddy, and it's played to safety by the Storm. They're going to be content to chip it right back in. That's on goal. Muller guides it off to the left wing side. Here comes the forecheck. It's Goller with it as he bumps into the Skipper player there. That's Hicks. Gives off to the left wing side. 20 to go in the period. Deflected back to center. Now here comes Minnetonka across the line. That's shot high and wide. Poked away from the oncoming Luke Lohheit. There's a puck that bounces up to the blue line for Hicks as he plays that one up and out of play with 3.3 showing on the clock.
Well, Joe Molinar, the junior forward, has got a couple pretty good opportunities, couple pretty good looks at the goal in the last 5 minutes or so, opting to try to go high on the goaltender. A couple of these shots might have been better served nice and low, looking for that second chance follow-up because the Storm have been giving up some second chance opportunities. The defense really have come in and done a pretty decent job of clearing out what could be potential danger.
Face-off is a muddy one is what you want, and that's going to do it here for the second period. We'll take a timeout. We'll have what should be an entertaining third period. We're tied at 1 after 2. The high school hockey game of the week continues right here on Let'sPlayHockey.com. We are between periods of the Let'sPlayHockey.com game of the week, and we are pleased to be joined by Kelly Meza, the owner of Goodwood Hockey, and she has a great product. Kelly, thanks for joining us between periods here today. And can you tell us a little bit about your company? I know it's an apparel company, but how did it all get started?
Sure, thanks for having me. Actually, we just started, and it was a quick start. Last year at about this time, I was just having a really difficult time finding hockey-related apparel for my kids for Christmas, and in passing, my husband kind of offered up the suggestion that I should start my own company. And at the time, I was a medical consultant for a pharmaceutical company, thought it might be a good side business, and the stars kind of aligned. I left the company that I'd worked for many years and started this full-time just the summer of 2016, so we're just a few months old.
And how's it been going for you? You've got a really unique product line, which I like, is different from anything else I've seen.
So thanks so much for that, and it's going really well, and I think that where we're different, there's a lot of great Minnesota-based hockey apparel companies out there, but I think the direction and the focus that I'd like to head is for the whole family and for the whole country, and actually even expanding maybe into Canada or Europe in the future. But instead of just focusing on adult wear or men's wear, we have a line just for girls that are similar designs to any kind of gender-neutral design, but with a more feminine cut garments. We focused on trying to source all of our garments from U.S. manufacturers whenever possible. And so we have something for everybody, whether you're a hockey player or a hockey fan. We have items, clothing, and accessories for just about anybody who loves hockey.
And we're talking at the individual and team level too, correct?
So right now we do individual levels, although we have provided the same shirt for all the team members on certain teams if they request that. We don't do team-specific wear at this time, but that doesn't mean we're not open to that in the future.
Your website is goodwoodhockey.com. I'm looking at it right now in your Holiday Shop 2016. You've got everything from tees to long-sleeve tees to great baseball hats, to winter caps, to everything. So do you have particular large sellers? You also have baby apparel too, which you don't see much of.
We do. We just started with our baby apparel. We have several styles that are start at a 2T, and that includes a Zamboni or an ice cleaner design that's actually hand sketched by a Florida-based artist, and
it's
then
really
we
impressive.
transferred it
it's
to
cool.
a garment. Thank you. She actually drew that with a pencil. And then for the holiday shirt, we branched into infant sizes, starting as little as 3 to 6 months. It's had a great response, and we look forward to providing more options as we move along here.
No, seriously, on that Zamboni shirt, and this is part of what's unique about what you do. Little kids love the Zamboni. I was one of them. If I were a little guy and was or a girl and able to get that shirt, I would wear it religiously. You got to check it out on goodwoodhockey.com. Click shop, and I think that's just an automatic, natural gift. You've got a lot of really good-looking stuff on here. So
thanks so much.
You
a lot
bet.
of those styles have matching big people versions as well. So there's a big version of the ice cleaner for dads or moms or big brothers or sisters as well.
Well, it's a fascinating piece for sure. So is there any other way to get a hold of you from a shopping perspective, or is the best way to go on goodwoodhockey.com?
The best way to go is goodwoodhockey.com. We were fortunate to be a part of the holiday boutique at U.S. Bank Stadium a few weeks ago, and we will happily be a vendor at the Let's Play Hockey Expo this spring. And online is the best way to get me, and I am a direct line by email at service@goodwoodhockey.com. You get me personally at that email. That's service@goodwoodhockey.com. And we're also available on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Goodwood Hockey.
Kelly, thank you very much. That's goodwoodhockey.com. We'll return to the rink with more action of the Let's Play Hockey Game of the Week.
Inside us all beats the heart of an athlete, determined to succeed. We push, we fight, we sacrifice. Sometimes we fall short. Sometimes we just fall. But we get back up, stronger than before. This is more than a game. This is our goal.
We are between periods of the Edina Holiday Classic. Some great hockey going on at Braemar Arena, and we are honored to bring in our next partner from Room Roster, the Senior Sales Manager, Matt Trenier, and he has a product many of you in the state of Minnesota may be familiar with, Room Roster Play, Stay, Connect. You can find them at roomroster.com, and what they offer are hotel solutions for tournament organizers and attendees. So, Matt, thanks for joining us here this evening, and looking forward to talking to you a little bit more about your product. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm well. Thanks for having me, Pete.
You bet, Matt. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Room Roster? What is it? How does it work? And if I'm a tournament organizer, I know there's plenty of them that are part of it that watch these broadcasts. What can they grab from this?
Yeah, absolutely. Pete, we've set sights on this about just over 3 years ago, and our bottom line goal here is to provide our partners a complete tournament management technology software. So it has the ability to streamline everything from registrations, their communication portals, sending out a text message, for example. We just launched in scheduling and scoring, which is very exciting for us, as well as what you mentioned earlier is meet all the needs of teams traveling and their hotel group blocks and individual reservations. So we have branded this to all our event organizers like Edina Minor Hockey and really try to streamline this solution to provide a great tournament experience for your team managers, your individual participants, and perhaps other fans and family coming into the event as well.
You're truly not a one-trick pony. So tell us a little bit more about how it all interacts, and there's actually ways that organizers make money by utilizing your product.
Yeah, that's a good point. We want to provide this software really at no cost to our tournament organizers through being their official booking agents, probably the best way to explain it, Pete. And what that does is, on our goal here is to provide those hotel rooms, getting those best group rates, negotiating those amenities, having good selection. And then what we'll actually do is provide a revenue share back to our tournament organizers with the understanding from those hotels. So it certainly can be a revenue generator opportunity. And as you can appreciate, our business model, we're subsidized through the hotels and sharing that with our tournament partners so that we can provide all this software and continue to enhance it for our tournament organizers.
So your group on the back end, from a support perspective, works closely with the tournaments themselves. Sometimes you handle the registration process, which in your case is ideal. And in other instances, you will work with the existing registration, and we know there's a lot of them, portals or whatever it may be, and you take the communication and that hard work out of the hands of the tournament organizer. Your organization takes care of that, captures all the data and the information, gets the hotel bookings. You're not chasing down your room nights and any of that stuff, and you don't even know what the numbers really are if you're a tournament organizer. So there's a lot of benefits to what you do that really helps the bottom line and deliver to the bottom line for these tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're taking the words there for sure right out of my mouth. And at a high level, the common feedback we see are what are the biggest benefits? And I think it's definitely the user experience. We're enhancing that, making them much more engaged with an event. But the feedback on the efficiencies for a tournament organizer, what we're able to do, capture everything for them in a one-stop solution. But also we appreciate a lot of these non-for-profit tournament organizers, or we even have some professional ones like the Dallas Stars we work with. We want to create some revenue opportunities for them to use however they see fit for fundraisers, scholarships, that kind of areas.
And also, for those locally, you work, obviously you mentioned the Edina Hockey Association. You also work with Breakaway Hockey, Midwest Hockey Programs, the Gopher Classic Legion Baseball Tournament. I mean, just to name a few. Wisconsin Sports Services, you're very active. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you? Obviously, we've got the link for Room Roster on here. Is there a direct ability to get a hold of you, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate I can chat to anyone, even provide them a little demo just so they have a better understanding. But the best way is just pick up the phone, give me a shout, toll free, and my direct extension, 877-345-1752. My direct extension is 217, so that's 877-345-1752, extension 217. If you just even want to call into Room Roster, ask for a demo, we'll always accommodate that as well to give you a better understanding.
Service is really their name of the game. They work in the service business as well. They know what they're doing. Room Roster, play, stay, connect. High school hockey continues. Thanks a lot, Matt. We'll be back with more right after this. We are between periods.
We've been dealing with the inconvenience of getting our skate sharpened at hockey shops for decades. Now, many of us have kids, and we're dealing with it all over again. Up until now, there hasn't been a piece of equipment that was safe, easy to use, and accurate to allow the hockey player to maintain their skates at the pro level at home on their own time with their own equipment. The Spark Skate Sharpener delivers to every player a piece of equipment that allows them to maintain their skates at peak performance every time they get on the ice.
If you don't have confidence in your skates and the edges that you have, you're not going to play the game that you're capable of playing. When I first heard home skate sharpener, yeah, I've heard of that before. It's too hard, it's too big, it's too messy. All those things that I thought about when I think about skate sharpening at home, that's not what this machine is. You push a handle, you stick your skate in it, you push a button, and 2 minutes later you have a sharp skate. I think that it's just one of those things that people have lived with till now, because there was no other solution. To me, I think this is exciting because it changes all of that.
We've taken the existing grinding technology that was out there and packaged it to be really a consumer product and a friendly product that's easy to use.
It has sliding guards that make sure that the skate is properly clamped and you can't get your fingers inside there. The only debris generated in our skate sharpener are the small particles of your skate blade. And for that, we collect those into a removable dust tray. And in addition, we have a HEPA filtration system. So it's very clean and it can be used throughout the house.
It's the last piece of equipment that isn't equal to the professional hockey player. Now that's fixed with Sparks. It's good for kids all the way up to high school players, to collegiate players, to pro players. It is a precision instrument that delivers a quality sharpening every single time.
AAA hockey players, the Northland Hockey Group has northern Minnesota covered, with 4 teams in the northern part of the state, including the Red River Pike in the northwest, the Bemidji Loons in the north, the Iron Range Blast on the range, and the Great Lake Skulls in the northeast. The Northland Hockey Group will put your child in the hottest sublimated jersey in the AAA field. With 4 tournaments and an all-star game, the Northland Hockey Group will be the highlight of your child's summer. Check out all team locations and tryout times at northlandhockeygroup.com.
Bart Arch, we got a scoring summary. We're tied at 1 after 2 periods between a very tightly contested neighboring border town rivalry here with Minnetonka and Chanhassen.
Yeah, indeed. First period scoring was Trousseau from Shelby on the power play. And then the official scoring from Joey Henches is Van Sant from Lutke and Bayless at the 14:06 mark. That's where we stand right now. Shots on goal that period, 5 for Chanhassen, 2-period total of 12. 14 for Minnetonka, 2-period total of 28. Shots are very indicative as far as who has been controlling the pace of this play. I thought that second period was all Minnetonka. Granted, there's a lot of special teams involved, but Minnetonka just seemed to have possession in zone time. I think that's got to change. If you're a Storm fan, you really have to get that puck out of your zone clean and at least try to get the puck behind the skipper's defense and then go to work. But Storm have a challenge in front of them because Minnetonka looks very focused in their home rink in a tie game, and they certainly have the momentum. We're getting ready for the third period. Thank you again for joining us, and let's play hockey. Game of the week.
And we're underway for the third period as Van Sant controls, plays to the left wing side. There was Hicks, and it's off the glass to center. Shelby was there, handled now by the skippers. Van Sant with it as he's going to play it rink wide. And here comes Minnetonka across the line. Stood up on the play. There was Rogers. And now it's going to be handled once again by Wolf. From the corner, Rogers steps into a check there. Shot it on goal, and that's handled once again by Swisher.
Well, I think Swisher, Zach Swisher, junior goaltender for the Storm, has played a very solid game. He's made several first saves, and he's getting some support, but that one was from a poor angle, kind of a high shot, but he elected to hang on to that faceoff to his right. Faceoffs, I think, are going to be very important for the Storm this period because possession starts with faceoff wins, but Minnetonka's had some success in the dots tonight.
It really starts and ends with it, doesn't it, Bart Archer?
It does.
I mean, it's a cliche and it's overrated. Or underrated, if you will.
I was going to say undervalued, probably.
Yep. On these broadcasts, it's overvalued, probably. That's where I was trying to go with it.
I have a tendency to do that.
Molinar with it. Yours truly as well. Lutke's pass to the slot area fails to click. It's going to be Doctor back for Lutke for the right wing side. Kavanaugh. That's off the skates of Lowhite. And it's going to be played back into the Chanhassen zone.
Well, one thing that I've observed early in this third period, obviously we're just 1 minute and 7 seconds in, but Chanhassen's positioning is starting to lose its integrity, as I like to say. They become linear. They're trying too hard. It's not an effort situation. It's just you have to mind your own job. Once you start trying to do somebody else's job, you compromise everything. I just think that they're making it harder on themselves, and they have the talent certainly to push back.
Newell was there. Well, they had a little more flow to their effort offensively in the first period.
Sure.
They get the lead, and you kind of get a little bit you talk yourself into losing sometimes, or you get a little too cautious and let the team keep coming at you. And where they're good is in plays like this and opportunities as they'll take it through center with Goller. He has a man down low. That's wide of the mark. And it's going to be picked up by the Skippers. They have the 29-12 shot on goal advantage here. It hasn't been what I would say a massive amount of offensive zone time advantage, though. They're getting shots through, and so far Swisher's been equal to the test.
Yeah, they're putting some good shots on, but I think just the last 5 minutes of that second period, I think Minnetonka kind of turned it up, and that's where a majority of those shots came. I think the Storm feel fortunate to be at 1-1 right now.
Back behind the net now. Storm will break out to the right wing side. That's too far. Kothi steps into that one and plays that right back into the Chanhassen zone.
Well, he tried to sell it, but that he would have to be an awful good salesperson to sell that one. But boy, he can really scoot. As far as Kothi, he's got some jump in his stride.
He had to check with his manager to see if he could get that sale, that deal for you, right?
Yep.
Did you do that?
No.
Let me go check with my manager. Come back. It's a tough one, but I think we can do it.
We've never done it before.
Oh, right. The phantom manager.
Yes.
Puck is played back into the Minnetonka zone as they look to play that up through center ice area. Nice job there. Warriors had a wonderful game. There's a shot. Oh, that might have grazed the post.
That was a really nice play.
Back behind the net now. It's going to be Rogers with it. Advances to the left wing side. Over to handle the loose puck is Kothe. Loses the handle. Nice body check thrown by Wolf. He's been a horse and a warrior on the blue line for these Storm. They'll try it down low. They had a man on the top of the crease area. Shelby fights away from a check, and he swats it back to center ice. Puck will be played right back in on goal. Stick save made. Back behind the net. Van Sant with a check that's Newell with it. As he plays it up through the center ice area. Poked off a stick, and at center ice, Galls was there, loses the handle. Muddy, tough sledding here in the neutral zone. Now it's the Chanhassen Storm, a big check thrown there on Haley. And now it's going to be the Skippers to turn it back up ice. And it's going to be played to the left wing side. That one fails to click. And once again, the Skippers will control in front of the bench area. On the puck there, sent back in was Lowhite. And that one was up and out of play.
Well, Pete, as you said, it's muddy in the neutral zone. I think that certainly works to the Storm advantage. If you can keep this Minnetonka Skipper team from getting speed with possession through the neutral zone, you're doing something right. And they're winning the battles in that neutral zone, turning the play in transition up. There you can see that outstanding effort, little give and go. Got good positioning on the defender, got a pretty good shot on goal. But once again, Muller comes up big.
Face off right at the M at the center ice. The historical blue M here from the Pagel Activity Center. Looks like they've got a nice little project brewing there for another sheet. If you're here in the lobby area, you'll see it. Down low they go. That does not get through. Bayless is there up to the blue line. It goes to Hicks, who'll swing it back in behind the net. Brink now with it. Bothered on the play, watching him closely with Sam Swisher. Brink and Sam Swisher battle off the end boards. Little 2-on-2 game working behind the net. Brink wins the battle down low. He has a man. Hicks shoots. Scores! Andrew Hicks picks up a pass from Bobby Brink to give the Skippers a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and for Hicks, that's the second goal of the game, but it's Brink that really did all the work on that one. He actually maintained possession, being challenged by the defender for this Storm team. Went cross ice. Nice athletic play to gather that puck up. Had a good angle because he's a left-handed shot on the right side, so he had a pretty good look. Beat Swisher pretty clean. It's 2-1 Minnetonka now. Shots on goal, 30-13. Chanhassen's really got to kind of turn up the offensive flow here. Looks like Minnetonka's got some energy right now. Up to the Storm to answer.
2-1 the lead now. 2 straight for the Skippers. Put them in position here in the third as Rogers tried to sneak one through the 5-hole there, as that one fails to click.
Well, it was Hicks from Brinks. But, again, that was a good goal. You don't mind giving those goals up. They earned that one, but it was all Brinks' work down low that actually made that play happen. Face off now to Swisher's left.
They'll ring it to the right wing side. Look to play it to center ice with Mosier. Couldn't get it done. It's going to be Sam Swisher on it. Right wing side for Mosier again. Skippers at 4-4, looking to improve to 5-4 on the campaign. I've checked that. 5-4 on the campaign. The Storm now 4-3. Both coming off wins. And that one's off the glass. Big check thrown there in front of the penalty box area. Doctor is going to play it to the right wing side for Kothe. Had Rogers breaking. Nice defensive play there. But somehow they come away with it. Scores! Nice job there on the forecheck. Follow through, puck support. Skippers lead 3-1.
Yeah, it just seemed like they were just a step ahead of the Storm on that play. But that's Joe Molinar with his 6th goal of the season. boost the lead to 3-1. But it just seems like Minnetonka's got a very confident rhythm. There you see, it's a really nice timing on that by Kothi. Had the defenseman backing up once he committed. He just slid it over, and just a nice redirect by Molinar. 3-1. Storm seems like they're in the defensive shell, and the Skippers are playing with confidence right now.
Oh, indeed they are. You can feel it by the minute here as it continues to brew.
I think the Storm just needs something positive to happen, like another goal or a really quality scoring opportunity. Maybe that's going to happen here.
They go to the slot area, nobody there. Back out of the zone come the Skippers. Rink-wide pass that rolls up off the stick of Wolf. He'll play the body, but the puck will play to the right wing. Nice forecheck there by Molinar. Skippers hounding the puck, gaining confidence throughout this contest. Send that one in deep. 11:08 to go in the third. 2-goal lead now for Minnetonka. That equals the largest lead of anybody from this game. Skippers behind the net. They look to the goal mouth area. That was Kavanaugh. He had a trolling Molinar. Now it's Molinar with it. That's picked off, played off the boards, and spun off of the puck as Galls. To help him out was Parker Wolf. Now it's Van Sant with it. Dangles some traffic to the top of the right circle. Fanned on that one to the corner it goes. Van Sant with it. Jumps through some traffic. Plays that one up to the line as it is poked in and held in neatly there by the defense. Skippers with some momentum and energy. They play it to the corner. A penalty coming up on top of that. That's going to be called on Langheinrich, and it's played back up to the neutral zone. Heim was there. Now it's on the stick of Johnson ahead for Bowman across the line. They're going to play some dump and chase. Brink wins the race. Sidesteps a check out front. Nets off its posts. And the save was made by Swisher, and tripping will be your call.
Well, the Skippers didn't look like they were in a hurry to give up possession of that puck. They were working it as goaltender Muller got off the ice awful quick, so it was a 6-on-5 for a brief moment. Brink did some nice things by maintaining possession, trying to get the puck back into the scoring area, but Storm dodged a bullet, got a whistle. But now it's going to be a Storm penalty to Langheinrich. So, again, the Storm not making things any easier on themselves. Face off in the Storm zone.
Penalty kill has not been friendly to Chanhassen at 68% coming into this game. And the power play, very solid for the Skippers.
Yeah, that's a recipe for concern for the coaching staff of the Storm.
Both these teams have games coming up on the 29th. There's a long shot that's deflected over the top of the goal at the Schwann Cup. Minnetonka opens with Centennial. Now they'll control on the power play. Doctor from the right point. Nice pad save. Swisher steers to the right. Cleared but not out. Doctor slides over. A little sauce to the near side for Bayless. Try to go back door. Deflected away. And to the line but not out. Very smooth moving Grant Doctor from the left side. Bayless with it. Back up for Doctor. Left wing side they go. They look to play that to the slot area. And it's going to be handled and controlled once again by Bayless. Power play continues for the Skippers. Nifty pass for Bayless. Backdoor scores! Oh, Brink, short side shelf. It's 4-1. Minnetonka.
Well, that's textbook puck possession and using the puck to your advantage, really letting the puck do the work. They kept finding the open man, cycling the puck down low. Finally got it to Brink, and that's Brink's third goal of the season. But what a goal it was. Just a nice little nifty backhand up and over the shoulder of Zach Swisher. You have to feel bad for Swisher. He's really done a good job in goal, making that initial first save, directing pucks into the corner and such. But that was just Minnetonka showing their skills on that one. Tough one to defend against. 4-1 now, Skippers.
4 unanswered for the Skippers with 9:06 to go in the third. They're resting comfortably here at Pagel Activity Center. Penalty coming up. This one's going to be on the Skippers as Zach Swisher heads to the bench. Puck is still loose, and finally Minnetonka will come up with possession, and we have a slashing call.
Well, I know it was Brink that scored, but just with the distortion out of his microphone, I don't know who got the support assist, so I don't mean to leave anybody out.
Grant Doctor.
Okay, thank you for that. But I wonder if he knows that it's actually amplified. Of course, I could probably take a page out of that book as well, but Skipper's going to be in the penalty box.
Weren't you a sound guy, or were you sound,
no,
or were you?
I was the lighting technician.
Lighting only.
But Andis is going to be in the box. So
did you move him to the beat? How did you do that?
Oh yeah,
there's a shot in on goal. Oh, Chance there, but Muller was there to cover it up. Sticks get up, no harm, no foul.
Well, I was going to say that's about the best opportunity that the Storm has had in a long period of time, but boy, did Matt Muller step up and block that, because he was in a vulnerable moment, but he stood tall, kept that puck out of the net. I'll face off to his left.
Rogers with the face-off. Johnson
You better
rips
hurry.
it off the boards. Here comes some pressure with Rogers. Storm will break back up out of the zone. On the puck now, it's going to be handled by Newell. I never say Newell's name. I think of Dave Newell, the old NHL ref. Remember him?
Wow, absolutely. Ron Schick.
Newell was circa 60s, 70s, though, wasn't he? He might have even
absolutely.
patrolled in the 50s.
Ron Foyt? No, wait, is that? I know there was a.
You're
Foyt.
going Ron Foyt, the former Tom Lysiak guy. Remember when he got his feet taken out from
There you
underneath
go.
him from tossing him? I got Lysiak 20 games of suspension. There's a shot that's pushed wide of the net.
Boy, that's a name I haven't heard for a long time.
Just wanted to say it.
Atlanta
That
Flames.
and Lori Boschman.
Oh goodness, you couldn't
former
resist,
Jet.
could you?
Nope. That's what you get in a 4-1 game here. Storm will break out. Power play time continues across center. Shelby with it. Gets away from a hip check there. Nice job by him to keep the feet moving. Ludke now will chase to the corner. Shelby bumped by Doctor. Storm, nice job to protect the puck out of the corner. Off the stick of the defenseman there, Becker. He plays that one back in behind the net. Now the Storm will control and play this one to an open corner. Over to make the play is Doctor. That hits a pair of shins, doesn't work its way out. And the forecheck ensues with Haley. He gets a little help from Becker. Back behind the net. Shelby now will take over from the right point. Dribbles one in toward the side of the goal mouth area. Nice job to protect by Haley as he plays off to the oncoming Highland. Deflection, nice save by Muller. Throws a left pillow. And the rebound was put over the top of the net as that expires the penalty, too.
Well, indeed. In fact, but that was a nice redirect by TJ Trusso. Scored a goal in the first period on the power play, looking to get another tally, pull his team within 2. But it's just 6:51 right now. Storm down by 3. So obviously not only is Minnetonka a significant opponent, but that clock is starting to tick pretty quick for him, too. But good offensive zone time anyway, so some positives going on for the Storm. They just have to cash in.
It is a significant opponent. You know, when you can't force it, but you got to get chances. And if the goaltender's doing his job, there's an icing call. We'll bring it back into the Minnetonka zone.
Well, we've always talked about how Minnetonka is a swift skating team that comes up as a group, but I think very impressed with the way this defensive core has defended their goaltender Muller. I think they've done a good job of blocking out, giving him sight lines when he is challenged, but they've really shut this Storm team down, and this Storm team keeps coming with effort, but they just can't get into the areas, the high percentage scoring areas between the dots. But Minnetonka's done a great job of smothering defense since that first period.
A very young Minnetonka team, as we know. They have suffered a couple early departures, along with a couple of other teams in the Southwest Metro and across the state of Minnesota. But not enough for you to say, you know, it just gives someone a different chance and another guy, new number.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of giving opportunities. One door closes, one should indeed open. But every team in every edition of their high school season has their challenges in front of them, whether it be injuries or people leaving early or suspensions or something. But that's just the challenge that Minnetonka's faced. And if there's one team that can weather that storm, it's certainly Brian Yerk and the Skippers.
I don't know if you've been on Let's Play Hockey yet today, but there's a story by Kevin Kurt, and it's really good. It's about 1,600 players in Minnesota, beyond all of the tens of thousands that play the game at multiple levels here, that are playing junior college or pro hockey across the world. And there's a full layout of who's done what. It's really impressive. Check it out on the website. That one goes over the top of the goal. And a great opportunity there by Worry.
Yeah, that was a nice little misdirection pass, too. It just seemed like he drew him in, and I believe that was Moser that did that. Kind of drew him in and went against the grain. And as you said, it was Worry that took that shot up and out of play, but it was not deflected. But really a nice play. Just got to get those on goal.
We're going to take a week off of play-by-play for you. We'll be back at it on January 5th, where it's going to be Grand Rapids traveling to Holy Family Catholic in a non-conference affair. 3-on-2 across the line for the Skippers. Brink, the trailer, tried to find the back door, but couldn't connect with the oncoming Jack Bayless, and back out of the zone come the Storm.
Here we go.
On the move with Haley. Across the line. two skippers converge, but then it's going to be gathered out of the corner. Muller, the paddle down, steers that away, and Doctor comes away with the loose puck. He'll try to play it to the line. Nice job by Highland to read that. He plays it behind the net. It's going to be Ludke to take over. He gets away from the oncoming Price, and it's Ludke once again with it. Nice job to get away from trouble in the neutral. Bayless will gain the line, play in deep, and there go the forwards, and now the defensemen for the Skippers. Back up the ice. Worry with it. Gets away from one man. Worry. Oh, he had a man oncoming from the high slot, and Goller. Rather, they now play it up to the blue line. There's a quick shot, sticked away. Nice save by Muller. And back come the Skippers out of the zone with 4:47 to go in the period. Blowing a tire was that Skipper player Ryan Elder. Gets it back at the line. It's played back in by Anders Johnson. Elder forechecks. It's going to be handled now by Worry. He's been on the puck a lot here for Chanhassen tonight. The Skippers continue to work the forecheck. At the line underneath the stick. Look out. Heim now back the other way. It's Goller with it. Heim, nice job to cover his tracks. Comes away with the puck and plays it to the right wing side. That one too far for Meredith. Elder plays this one in. Steered off to the left by the goaltender, Zach Swisher. Here come the Storm back the other way on the move. Trousseau has his team's lone goal. Played it to the slot area, nobody home. Back at center, Rogers reaches back, pulls it across the line, cuts to the forehand, now back to the back. Loses the handle, regains, looks back up. That's off the stick of Kothe. And now it's going to be the Storm once again as it's played in, rink wide. Nice little move there by Kothe to try to get away from the oncoming check of Langenheinrich. And it's sent right back into the Chanhassen zone, and we'll bring it back into Minnetonka territory with 3:31 to go in the third period.
Yeah, time is certainly running out on the Storm at this point, but Minnetonka is just very responsible defensively. And no big surprise. Brian Urich does a great job of coaching all three zones. An accomplished player in this time, but he's proving that he's really one of the better coaches in the state of Minnesota. And you can see by the way his team plays. They defend quite well. They've supported their goaltender, but their zone exits in the last two periods have been really impressive.
Here come the Skippers, possible 2-on-1. Oh, that one pushed just through the goal mouth by Lowhite. Had a great opportunity brewing there with Kavanaugh. Poked away at the blue line by Highland as he's going to hound Van Sant, who will carry back in behind his net with 3:10 to go here in the third period. Long pass at the line, picked off by Newell. Jumps it to the corner. And Van Sant comes away with it. On the move, he can skate. Left wing on the pass, handled by Molinar. Oh, they find the late man in on goal. Nice save made there by Swisher. Storm back out of the zone. They look up ice. That gets away from the stick of Price, and it's going to be played back through the neutral zone. Molinar with it. Poked off his stick. Brink checked on the play. Tries to submarine. His man gets some help from Molinar. Boy, nice skill on this line. Molinar, nice pass. Doctor shoots right in on goal, and the save was made by Swisher to keep it at 4-1.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, as you said, good work by Brink and Molinar and this whole line working the puck. They've really been effective all night long and got a good look at Zach Swisher, but he held firm. Not only did he make the first save, held onto that rebound face after it was right, just 2:27 left in regulation time. Minnetonka looking pretty comfortable right now possessing the puck, and they look very confident as well.
Bowman is there with it. Now it's going to be picked up by Brink. Off the glove, maybe off the post as well, by Jack Bowman. He'll play it back into the corner as the Storm look to try to break it up the left wing wall, and the Skippers are hounding. We're now under 2 minutes to play here in the contest. Shot over the top of the goal. That hits some glass, and it's going to be picked up by Bowman again. Lutke's shot deflected. They nearly pulled that one back in on goal. Nice busy stick of Brink. Now they're going to spring a bounding puck to center. Here's a foot race. Muller plays that coolly away from the oncoming Colin Mosier. Now it's going to be Doctor with 1:35 to go in the third period. Doctor gives off to the right wing side for Lutke. Nowhere to go there. Turns away from traffic. Calmly plays for Doctor. That fails to connect. And Lutke gets it back from Bayless. Now to the right wing side they go for Kothe. Kothi again plays this in back behind. Skippers continue the hounding forecheck with Andes. Gets a little bit of help from Kothi. Bart Archer, I can tell he's looking at his notes right now as he's preparing himself for our player of the game.
There's so many choices.
I know you are. The official Adventures player of the game will be announced here at the end of the contest as the puck is played back into the Minnetonka zone. Check thrown there. Ludke now. Doctor. Boy, these two have been out here for almost 2 minutes. And now it's going to be through center. Andes stood up on the play. Sam Swisher was there. From the right wing side now, it's going to be picked up and played out of the zone. Sidestepping one would-be checker. And played back up the wall. Nice job there by Johnson to take that away from traffic. No icing on the play. 15 to go in the period. Back behind. Sam Swisher will take it from brother Zach. Through center ice. Off the boards. Price was there. They'll ring the boards once again, and it's going to be picked up by Molinar to center. And that'll do it for tonight's hockey game. The Minnetonka Skippers winners by a score of 4-1 with 4 unanswered goals in the second and third period. They really cinched it in and got the job done, Bart.
Yeah, it took them a while to kind of get their legs about them, but that's a credit to the Storm. Storm came out early. I think what one of their main focuses was is to start strong, play a solid first period. They did that. They got out of that period with a 1-0 lead. Then Minnetonka knotted it at 1 with the Van Zandt, and really Minnetonka from that point didn't look back. There were certain spells where Storm came back and challenged and a little bit of a pushback, but I think from probably about that Van Zandt goal on, I think that it's pretty much Minnetonka's game, and they're smothering defense, and through that came offensive opportunities, and they cashed in.
So your official Adventures player of the game, Bart Archer?
Well, I'm going to go a little bit off the board. I'm going to go with Bobby Brink, just a freshman. Pete, I think that just the way that he played, there's so many players. I'd love to give it to the group as a defensive group for Minnetonka because I thought they were outstanding tonight, but because we can only give it to one player, I thought Brink really, his tenacity, his level of play throughout the game, but that one forecheck where he just maintained possession, got the puck out, and redirected, and then he cashed one in on a beautiful goal. So I'm going to give special recognition to the young freshman.
Little short side shelf backhand there.
Oh, that was sweet.
The thing about Bobby Brink, what we saw tonight, was a player get better as the game went on. As the good things started to happen to him, the more his confidence grew. He has great skill. We know that. We could see that clear as day. He has a mind for the game. He had a couple of redirects at the last second, just by being in position.
Exactly.
The little things. I think that's a great pick, Bart.
Well, thank you very much. And I think that Brian Yerk is one of those coaches that's not afraid to play the underclassmen, the youngsters, but he's going to make sure that they're ready to play and putting in a position to succeed. And he just looks like he blends in quite well. But he won a couple battles that I thought were pretty significant. But just Minnetonka, the way they played defense as a team tonight, they gave up 18 shots. But of those 18 shots, probably 3 good quality scoring opportunities, and then you have Matt Muller that was that final line of defense. He only had 1 blemish tonight, and that was on the power play. So, as a defensive crew, I think Minnetonka Skippers deserves a tap on the shins, but it is going to be Bobby Brink that's going to be the Let's Play Hockey player of the game.
There you have it, folks. There final score reads the Minnetonka Skippers 4, Chanhassen Storm 1. We're going to be back on the air on January 5th from the Victoria Recreation Center. It's going to be the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. And they will be taking on the Holy Family Fire, a couple of top 5 teams. That's all we do on this incredible network that we have. Todd Grover, I gotta tip the cap here for a second.
He should have got the player of the game, cameraman of the game.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, the I don't know what's going on here. The tripod just decided to just go south on us. So Grove's the strongest forearms in the game. Goes. This camera's not light. This works a straight handheld camera like nothing happened.
Well, Pete, his arms are built up because he's been carrying us for how long now, so it all works. But obviously,
and you're not light.
No,
I'm kidding.
I never have been either.
Of course, I'm kidding. All right, Todd, you want us to stop talking?
Sure, he does.
Okay, well, you're going to bring it right back on us. What we would like to do is wish each and every one of you the merriest of Christmas,
Absolutely.
Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. What do we say these days?
Happy Holidays.
I like Merry Christmas. I go down that road.
Everybody take a little time and hug your loved ones. Enjoy the season, and we'll look forward to seeing you back next year for a really great tilt. But thank you for joining us tonight.
For Bart Archer, show Brett Michaels right there. Brett Michaels, Todd Grover, Joey Henches. I'm Pete Wagner. So long, everybody.